And now we're live. Oh wait, I don't even have my light on.
Oh, it's a little dark in there. What's up, everybody? I'm just setting up right now. Ooh, there it is.
Now I got the
There
light.
it is. Yo, do I look like I just woke up?
Yo, you look like you just woke. You rolled out of bed and stuff like this. Yo,
Nah,
what's
I
up?
rolled.
Nah, you look fine. I'm kidding. Is it gonna? What is that?
Bacardi lemon, Malibu, mango pineapple juice. A lot of fruity stuff.
Damn. Is there a name for that? What is that? A fruitcake?
I call it the quarantine. I was
For
playing with my
dropping by. We're doing another episode just because we had the time.
racket. I was actually before I took that nap. I was playing Call of Duty Warzone with my son and his friends. Yeah, I still suck, but I tried.
I was playing. I'm gonna put him on blast. I was playing with my sister, Perry, and Chronic.
Oh yeah, how's that?
And for some reason, I thought it was gonna be a great team. For some reason, I was like, "All right, we're gonna get some wins. We're about to do this." Yo, we sucked. Perry sucks. I don't know what's going on.
But suck as
But
in like they just don't get down like that, or
no. They're good. It's just I don't know. It's just we weren't functioning right altogether. Mango, good stuff. Yeah,
yeah, right.
man.
It's actually the juice is mango,
Show
cranberry.
the cup again. Let me see the cup. What did it look like?
It's
Man,
a
that's cranberry and vodka.
no, it's not. Yo, I can't drink that hard stuff like that. I like the fruity drinks. I had one drink, and then I'm playing Call of Duty, and I'm in a recliner chair, and I'm like, oh, whatever. Oh, the last match I had like 0 kills, and my batteries kept dying out, and I was like, I'm done.
Oh man. Nah, I was playing with Perry and yeah. He took a truck and I was like, yo, Perry, you're making mad noise. They're gonna know where you're at. You're about to give the whole team. And he was like, nah, I'm gonna play like that guy that does the distraction and stuff for the whole team. He goes around and gets shot up. Like they blew him up. And I
Oh
was like,
man,
now I gotta waste all my money that I've been spending, that I've been saving to buy like UAVs and everything.
pew 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 pew
Yo,
pew
there you
pew.
go. Two Gun Pedro, yo, TK
Pew,
Mo.
pew.
Hey guys, love the background today. Thank
Yes.
you, Smiley. Thank you, everyone, for coming through. Again, this is like we spoke about it last night. We was like, yo, when's the next time? And then
We're
we
like,
can't do
fuck it.
Saturday and Sunday. So we're like, yo, let's do it tomorrow, whatever. But yeah, man, Jonah's been hitting us up with some good
My man
topics,
Jonas dropping topics. Shout out to
dropping
Jonas.
some topics right now. Anyway, you heard about CGC? So CGC are the people that do these slabs, right? You see these slabs?
Yes.
So they're the ones that they put your book in a slab, they grade it, they press it, whatever, or not press it, but they just grade it and stuff like that.
Okay.
And they're having like an in-house signing, and supposedly there's like a lot of people going to sign, like a lot of artists and
Wait,
writers and
but
stuff like that.
but where is this though?
This is in Florida. They're located in Florida, I believe. So it's
Um.
like you got to send in your books and you get them signed and
Really?
encapsulated and then sent back.
Ooh, I have quite a few that I would like to get signed.
I
How does that
mean,
work out?
that's probably a lot of money. I don't know how much money it is, but it's gonna
I just
probably
want
be
one.
pricey.
I just want
I mean,
one.
if you only got one, then you're good. Then you could get that book. I know people that send in like 30 books.
I would. You know what though, ZK? I would have to see what I have because I'm pretty sure I have more than one. There is two that I would want signed, but I would have to see. Does it say like the pricing of how that works? Like five for.
Yeah. No. It'll tell you. Go to the website and it'll tell you how it works. It's just it was too much for me to read. Like to do the calculations to see what they're saying, what I get out of it. You like really got to look into it. That's why I rather talk to somebody in the community that's
Okay.
already knows about it and knows are now sending books. And then like Carolina Chris, he's sending books, I believe. So
Yo,
if you want to
what if?
know about that, he'll just tell you and how it goes.
All right, now what if I have a comic book that is a 9.9? I'll be like, oh my god, TK, look what I have. I'm gonna
That's
pay off
what.
my house.
I don't know about 9.9 though. But yeah, it's
Those are
crazy
like,
how they're getting together and they're doing the signings. It's pretty cool. It's just I want to really know get the price down because you got to remember all these cons are being canceled. These Comic Cons, they're all been canceled. San Diego Comic Con got canceled. So it's like
you remember the Comic Con that we went to?
2010.
Yo, 10 years ago?
2010, before Walking Dead premiered and before Arrow premiered.
Yeah.
That was the day, and we saw them, all of them.
And we went on a Sunday because Friday and Saturday, Thursday were just all sold out. We went deep too. We went with at least we went with a good amount of people. And damn.
Yeah, Smiley Story. Yeah, you're correct. There's like CBCS. There's like 3 PGX or something. So I think they're breaking. Like I know CGC is getting a lot of artists to do in-house signings, but I think a few of these smaller companies that are not that big are doing some in-house signings. So there's 3 other grading companies that do the same exact thing, but it just looks different. They're in the plastic or they're in the capsule, but it's just different. Like I don't know, in their own way. So it's like, all right, whatever. I heard DC is pushing out comics from what I heard. I don't know how true is that is, but for their comics, they're gonna use a different distributor or something.
I saw 2 things about DC. I saw that earlier today that they're looking for a different distributor. So hopefully that's cool. And also, excuse me, DC has also shot out 2 episodes. Not 2 episodes, 2 issues in digital of Batman, the animated series. It continues on after the last episode. And those 2 have been really cool.
I've never sent books to CGC. I usually just buy them already graded. Second Gun Pedro, that's exactly what I do. I don't go through the whole process of sending in books, but I did do it. I just been doing it. So I did it once. So let me see if I have a book that I sent in. Like none of these books, the Spawn #1, I got a 9.6 signed by Tom McFarlane. That was also an in-house signing. So I was like, you know what, whatever. I got Spawn #1. Let me just send it in. It gets signed. And I looked at the grade and I was like, it's in really good condition. Like the worst they'll give me is like a 9.2. Not that I really care about it, but I just don't want to get ripped off if it's really high grade and they tell you it's whack or it's not. But yeah, I usually all my books, just the process of, and it takes months sometimes for your books to come back.
That's what I would be worried about. I have these books that I've had for years, and then it's like, when am I going to get it back?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. They go up in increments of 0.5 until you hit 9.0. Then it hits increments of 0.2. Yeah. So it'll go like 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9, and then from 9 it'll go 9.2, 9.4, 9.6, and then 9.8.
Okay.
And then, but I seen sometimes there's like a 9.9 and a 10, but that's like, I don't know. Jaden, what's up? How are you? Thank you for dropping by. And CBCS honors COA as to where CGC does not. That's true. So when it comes to CGC, which I hate, it's like you have to have a representative. So I went to Midtown Comics and got books signed, right? Mm-hmm. And so, for example, the Wolverine #1 by Frank Miller, I got it signed. I paid for his signature or whatever. And then if you go home with the book signed like that, right? And you go home and now you try to send it to CGC, they won't accept it. They don't authorize the signature. The only way they authorize a signature if you get it slabbed there, like if you wanted to get a slab there. So let's say, I got the signature, so I had somebody watching me from CGC, a representative, and then they would be like, okay, he's good, it got signed, we verified it. But if you brought the book home and you came back and tried to send it to CGC, they're gonna be like, nah, you didn't have a verifier with you or something like that, which is horrible. It's stupid. But CBCS, they actually have like guys that that authorize the signatures, or like they know how what's the word I'm using for, they authorize signatures, I guess. I don't know.
That was like a lot of work.
There's actually a 4th company that grades comics, EGS. Yeah, there's a lot of companies out there, and a lot of people are like supporting each and every one of them. That was the third I was thinking of. That was the third I was thinking of. Laugh a lot. Yeah. I don't think. Oh, Noel, what's up? Thank you for dropping by. I don't think they're looking for another distributor. I think they've already found two distributors, and they're releasing comics this coming week or the next week. That's what I heard as well.
Okay.
That I heard they already found a distributor or something like that. I always forget that PGX exists.
how
Yeah,
would
me too.
that?
I forget anything else exists besides CBCS and.
But how exactly would that work? Okay, to distribute the comics, are the comic shops gonna be open, or is it gonna be a specific way of them distributing to these comic shops, and then they're not gonna? It's gonna be like Walmart, Home Depot, where we're in line and we can only go in one by one. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I have no idea how it's gonna work. I have no idea. I mean, I don't. Royal hasn't said anything about it, so I don't know if they're gonna be if they're gonna distribute it to them, or I have no idea, to be honest. But CBC has authenticates signatures. There you go. That's the proper way. That's how you say it. Yeah, they authenticate signatures. So which would be better? You get me? Like if you get a book signed, like I got a couple of books signed, and I would send it to CBCS to get it, authenticated, the signature, and get the yellow slab, rather than sending it to CGC and not get anything and stay with a blue slab. And all it says is like his name is written on the cover.
Okay.
So
I see.
Yeah. So with new comic books, I got, can you believe this? I got my new comic book day pickups from the last day. That when was that? Like March 27th or something, around it. 20.
That's probably March.
Yeah. Whenever the last day was that we could pick up comics, Royal actually sent out the books, but somehow they did something went wrong with the shipping, or it's like took so long that I just received them today.
Oh, okay. What you got?
I'm gonna do like a little unboxing here and show you guys what I picked up. It's pretty cool because it's something I look forward to. Huh?
Did you disinfect it?
Yeah, that shit was disinfected by the time I even touched it. And then I made sure, like, how long has it been in motion? It's been like 4 weeks in motion, or like a month and a half. So whatever's in there, whatever virus, if it was in there, would be dead by now. Yeah, so I'm good with that. So all I gotta disinfect is the outside.
Just a box. You just spray with Lysol, you're good. Or
it was in this. So all I did took Lysol wipes and wiped it all down.
Yeah,
and took it out. So yeah. So you can read that, Mo. I'll go into this.
Opening up right now?
Yeah.
Oh, it's exciting. 10 issues of Howard the Duck. What?
You could read what Noel said.
Yes. Noel Martinez, what's up, Noel? Supposedly one of the distributors is Midtown Comics, which is weird. But then I found out that Diamond started off as a chain of comic shops back in the day as well. Interesting. Midtown Comics with the distribution chain. This is my territory. Take it somewhere else. Take the cartel out there.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna get weird.
That distribution is owned by Bird Industries, Marty and Wendy Bird. That's an Ozark reference. Uh-oh, what happened, TK? Isn't that what you wanted?
No. I got a letter.
Oh,
with it, a note.
Read the note. What does it say?
It says, "Sorry for the delay. This package was sent out in March and just returned to our store today, April 16th. They received it. April 16th. We had to resend a priority mail. We apologize for the delay and any inconvenience it may have caused. Health and safety. The stimulus check is inside as well."
Excellent.
Match. Oh God. Let's see what they got. Let's see what I got.
Win. It's a win-win.
It's a win-win situation.
Oh yes. Ooh, the scissors are out.
Yeah, man.
You got the Z Collects packaging.
Yo, my boy's always doing it. Always. Let me see how they open this. Oh, I forgot one.
There's any more questions on the chat room, TK? Okay, I don't think
I have to. Nah, that was the last message. If you guys have any questions or any topics you guys want to talk about, I do got a few here that Jonas sent me. One of them is like funny. He said funny superheroes, or the funniest superhero. I guess he meant. Who would be considered the funniest superhero?
I'm guessing the top one right now is Deadpool, right?
Is that because of the movie though? Like if we was just to go off comics, because Plastic
He's
Man used to always have me laugh a lot too.
true. Deadpool, but Deadpool's always been funny in the
He's
comic
always
book.
been funny. Yeah. He's always been funny.
It's just he's been violent, and he's been even funnier in the comic books. It's just now we know more about him through, well, the general public now knows more about him through the MCU. Well, not necessarily the MCU, through Fox, I guess is where he came out from. Okay,
Yeah.
we're almost there, TK.
Aye.
I didn't read anything. Smiley Tory said, I didn't read anything to chat about today, but I've been inputting our inventory today, LOL, but I'm listening. She's inputting inventory.
So, first of all, I got the receipt here. You guys don't want to know how much I be spending. From what I see, I don't have bag and boards on them.
So you gotta be extra delicate.
I think I have like only one bag of board, or not even. I think just the board. I don't know, but it's cool. It's all good in the hood.
All right.
Up to one.
Man always cracks me up. Impossible Man always cracks me up whenever I see him in a Marvel comic. Impossible Man, is that? I might be getting him confused. No, I'm getting him confused with Mr. Miracle and Marvel, which I'm being told his run is something that needs to be read ASAP. The Mr. Miracle run, similar to
Mr. Miracle. Yeah, Mr. Miracle. Who is working on? I forgot who worked on that. It was a good run.
No, Mr. Miracle's not Marvel. It's DC. Because he's that dude who can like get himself out of anything. He's in that world with Darkseid in them. The new gods, I think.
Up to 1,300 so far between me and Captain. What is it? I didn't read anything to that before today, but I've been inputting our inventory. Okay, inputting like your comics, or is that what you're saying? Because
yeah, it seems like.
Yeah, wow. I started this app CLZ. I think we spoke about it. That you start putting in your books in it, and I only did like 2 boxes, and then I just burned out. You ready for this? You ready? I'm excited for this.
Let's see what you got. Better not be wild.
You know what? A ver.
Ay, Dios mío. Okay.
So remember this slab? The 30th anniversary.
Yes.
Old slab I had here.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome. Look at that. They go together too. The Immortal Hulk.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what you were telling me about that.
Yeah, I picked up the homage cover. Yeah, it's been really good. Honestly, well, it kind of fell off. Like the story in the beginning was great, but now it's picking up again. This is Immortal Hulk, issue number 33. Bam, the variant, the homage cover. Next, we got X-Men and the Fantastic Four, issue number 3. Yo, Mo, have you been reading this?
Yeah, I've been following that.
Yo, that's crazy, right?
That's the other issue that I meant to say that I'm following. It's X-Men, X-Force, and X-Men and X-Men / Fantastic Four. Their side story. You know it's about to go down with Fantastic Four and the X-Men.
I know. We've been knowing when since
Cyclops said that little smart remark
about Sabretooth, right? To Fantastic Four. It was about Sabretooth in the beginning of Jonathan Hickman's run.
Sabretooth did something on Earth, on their world. And Fantastic Four were about to capture him. And Cyclops comes out and he's like, nah, we take care of our own, blah, 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 blah. And then they were kind of like being back and forth. And then he mentioned, just a reminder, Frank and Richards, his home is with us. So I kind of saying like he belongs with us. Yeah. And then they didn't touch that until we got these issues now. So you know something's about to pop off.
Yeah, something's about to happen. And what else I was gonna say? And now Sabretooth's working with Dracula, isn't it?
Is it Sabretooth? No, isn't Sabretooth still in the Krakoa jail within the island? Remember they put him down and they were like,
no, but we find out I think that he's working with somebody. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be with Dracula. I'm not too sure. Let me go down through here. I have all my books logged into the COZ app. Yeah, man, I have to do it. I have to jump on that. I wish once the app came out, I was doing that, so then I wouldn't have to go through all of this. That's that's our awesome. Homage covers are always cool. I Pulp Fiction ones. Yeah, me too. I got that She-Hulk Pulp Fiction one too. They're great. I'm loving it. Loving it. I'm doing the app next. Laugh aloud. Got nothing better to do. I mean, I guess so, but I get headaches going through these the COZs and putting my books in. I got a headache, and I went through 3 boxes only, two to 3 boxes, and I was like, nah, not for me. Discovery Bay Comics. Thank you for coming through. He has that morning show. He always shouts out everybody, and he's always working hard. And his overlays, everything I be seeing, he be doing going hard. Tony Fett, what's up? How's everything? Thank you for coming through again. Hey, gun. Yep. But yeah, man. That's that book. Let's see what's next. I can't see what's next because this one's actually flipped the other way.
Oh,
and here the X-Men. There you go, Jonathan Hickman.
Yes, X-Men. Best storyline ever. Best characters in all of Marvel. Pew pew.
I don't know about all that, but Rod, what's up? Thank you for coming through. Thank you, fellas, joining us. We're just chilling here. I just got my comic books from New Comic Book Day that happened like a month and a half ago. But yeah, Jonathan Hickman's X-Men. This is probably the best X-Men run that's out from whatever I hear. Because I'm not reading them all, but I hear the main ones read X-Men and X-Force, which are the ones I'm reading. But I hear other ones are really good as well. I just forget which one.
That's what I keep hearing. So we're gonna have to put in some work. Remember, me and Tay was like, nah, we're just gonna follow the main storyline, trying to take out money, side stories. Then she's a whack, and then it's like, yo, but they're all like,
yeah, that's the thing. It's just like for some reason, all the X lines supposedly came out and they're all really good.
Yeah.
It's like, can you really complain?
It's either buy comics or make my car payment. Quarantine comics. The car has been sitting. Okay, there we go. Fuck it.
Yeah, there you go. That's how you're supposed to see it. Next, Wolverine issue number 2.
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what happened in issue number 1.
I
Benjamin Piercy. I totally forgot what happened in issue.
Isn't that he wakes up and he like killed a whole bunch of mutants because he was under control for the 100 millionth time, and it's something like that.
Is that X Factor number 1 coming out? Did that come out already?
Not that I know of.
You got some X Factor coming out?
Okay.
Oh, it's this one. Oh no, it's this one. Yeah, X Factor. I don't know. I totally forgot. If chat knows, if you guys know what guys and gals, if you guys know what happened in issue number 1, I gotta reread it. It's how long it's been. But damn, he's cutting people up in here.
Yeah, he wakes up and he just noticed it's similar to what happened to Old Man Logan. He wakes up in the wind, in the snow, and he goes and he pretty much killed off Jean Grey and all of
that. Like, don't the writers get tired of that?
I remember reading and be like, "Oh, this is similar to Old Man," but then I kept reading that issue and I remember liking it and looking forward to issue 2.
Yeah, me too. So I don't think it's too much on that side. I think they had like a interesting concept to it though.
Yeah, and there was like a detective that was following him because it also has to do with the medicine that Krakoa has. That they're trying to figure out that's a good thing about it, and also that detective has a daughter who's dying in bed. And
I just hope that it ends with this safe haven of Krakoa, because I'm tired of like Utopia, Krakoa, and like all these islands they keep coming out. I hope it ends right here with Krakoa.
I hope so too, but I think Krakoa's gonna fuck them all up.
Got some oh wait, Z's in here, but he has to sorry, can't chill with y'all eating some pizza, watching TV with the wifey before the auction. Yo, no problem, man. Do what you gotta do. I know you're catching the hands.
Wife's hands are quick.
I got Bounty Hunters issue number 2.
Was that Mandalorian type of thing?
Yeah, it's like a cyborg bounty hunter, but it goes more in depth with who the bounty hunters are and stuff like that. It's really good. It had a good. It wasn't the best beginning, but it's not bad, and I really like the artwork. The cover is pretty cool too. Okay. Next we got Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider, another recent character that just came out, and everybody's loving him, and I am too. At first I thought it was corny. I was like, Punisher, Ghost Rider. and why is he so funny? But I guess it gave him character. The
Cosmic
artwork is a little
Rider.
trippy.
Cosmic Ghost Rider is also in the top 3 of dopest, newest,
Newest characters.
dope new
That's what I'm saying.
characters.
I had Batman Who Laughs #1, and
Me
then
too.
number 2 Cosmic Ghost Rider. Number 3, I don't know, maybe no, but I was talking about superheroes. Yeah,
No. Just characters in
yeah.
general.
Oh,
Keep
in
your
general,
legs, catching
catching
hands, moves
hands,
like
me
that.
trying to dodge.
Especially like when the wife is cooking. Like my wife too. She'll be like, "You're gonna go where and for how long?" Like it's TK's fault.
Wow, blame me real quick, right? Oh god.
She was like, "Hey, which are you gonna go live today?" I was like, "Yeah, man. You know, we ain't doing that, so I think it's best that we do it now." And she's like, "But I thought we were gonna watch Frozen 2." And I go, "What? In which multiverse would I ever say that I want to see Frozen 2?" And she's like, "Oh, nah."
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You
That's
can go
funny.
watch Frozen 2 with the. My son is like 16, 17. He was like, I was like, "Yo, mom, yo, she thinks that we will want to watch Frozen 2." She's like, "I'll watch it with mom if you don't want to watch." I was like, "Yo, okay."
Nah, doesn't even have your back with it.
So right now they're watching it upstairs. So I was like, "Yo, y'all stayed, and let me go downstairs and handle my business."
All right. Well, what's that sweater? What's on your sweater? What is that?
Oh, it's like a ski type of thing. Oh, it's like a mountain and a moon, mountains, some, you know, Old Navy sweater, bro. I saw it and I was like, "This is dope." $10, sweet.
Oh, $10 then, yeah. Next
What else
issue
you
is gonna
got?
be Justice League Dark. I think I'm one of the few that reads this, but I really enjoyed Justice League Dark, like their whole storyline and what was going on. And Wonder Woman having like the power of some craziness. But I love seeing like Katana and the chimpanzee, the detective, Constantine. Man, that's another show that got canceled first season, Constantine. And I really enjoyed it.
Was it good? I never saw it, and I heard he made that same actor made a couple of cameos in
Lucifer.
Lucifer and in the CW show
The League of the League
Tomorrow, the
of
the,
Tomorrow,
the,
yeah.
the C-list characters that no one cares about.
I need to pick up the Dawn of X trades to catch up on what's going on there. Yeah. You gotta give Jonathan Hickman some time too, because he likes to build up for a long ass time. So you just gotta give him time, and he's kind of wordy in his writing, but it pays off in the end. What we got here, Justice League Dark.
Word to them, Pedro. I tried skiing years ago, and it was a disaster. I should have started off in beginner. I started intermediate, and it beat me up. When we left, we went upstate. When we left, we're like, "Oh, that's the beginner section." Meanwhile, we're like all beat up and like.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I heard it hurts. I've been skiing. Funny thing is, I've been skiing in the Marine Corps as a training event. It was like the dumbest training event I ever did, but in Bridgeport, and it was just like I busted my ass like 5 times. But I do want to go snowboarding though.
Snowboarding, I would love to do that because where we went, they had it all. We went in through the wrong entrance, and once we got dressed, we were all dressed and ready to go. We completely missed the whole side of beginner, and they had snowboarding, and they had just beginner for ski. So we were in the intermediate / advanced. Oh man, we were going down that hill. We'll pick up some speed. We're like, yeah. Like after an hour, we were all frozen. We were like, "Oh, yo, I'm done with this." And as we're leaving, we went a different path, and we saw that there was a beginner section that if we would have started off there, then we could have got to intermediate. We wouldn't find, but it was fun, but it was a disaster.
It was a disaster. I gotta tell you, skiing ain't no joke. I would even go snowboarding. I wouldn't even go snowboarding, or I would.
I said I would even go. Yeah, snowboarding looks like it's easier to. I'm not saying it is.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I used to skateboard when I was younger, so I feel like I could get that balance. I could
I
get
would
that
think so because
balance
it's
with it.
wider, and if you do fall, it's a little bit easier to like, all right, get up, fix it. With
I heard
heels,
it's hard to get up sometimes though.
the older
You
you
need to
get,
have that core muscle. You've been doing abs? You've been doing abs?
I haven't doing shit. This
Oh
I've been
god.
doing. Drinking,
Oh
making
man.
videos, but I train my kids outside. I'm like, all right, go give me some jumping jacks. You see me like this. All right, go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Yo, stop slacking, bro. 5, 6. Glendy, he's not listening.
What's that? All right, let me get through a
What
couple
else
of
you
more
got,
books
kid?
I
What else you
have
got?
here. So next one's gonna be Detective Comics issue 1021.
Ooh,
I
okay,
think
that's
Detective
dope.
was about Two-Face. Yeah, it has that Two-Face storyline going on. So I gotta read that. But yeah, damn, I almost messed it up. Luckily, it's not it's a good
Is
paper
that just
or
that?
whatever. Next, we have Batman and Superman. Nobody reads this. But I've been reading it. I don't know. Yeah, I've read all of the Batman and Superman runs.
uh,
So it's like I just kept going with it. Like I have the Jeff Loeb one, and yeah.
the
So from what I
last
see, it looks alright.
Batman Superman run I read was like in 2005, 2006 was Public Enemies, and then it became an animated movie.
Yeah, Public Enemies, Apocalypse, all of that came from the same run, Batman, Superman,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was good to me. I really enjoyed those. Next we have Batman: Curse of the White Knight book.
What
What?
issue is that one?
Book number 8. This I hear
What?
is a really great story. And I
What?
read like the first 2 issues and then I
Yeah, me
kind of
too.
fell off, but I've been collecting them all, so I'm glad and I'm definitely going to read it now. But I hear it's really good. And then the next one we have is Basket of Heads. This is really good as well. This is like the horror books come from Joe Hill,
Okay.
and I've been reading all of them. I have them all, and they're really good. They're really good. Strange Adventures. Look at that. Strange Adventures issue number 1 was really good as well.
Okay.
There's actually one book, and I just see the advertisement here that I want to read because it looked cool. It had like a cool panel at one point, and I was looking at it, and this Far Sector. It's about a Green Lantern. But if you guys know about Far Sector, let me know. I was just interested in reading it. I hear it's good. What hand is it? Oh, it's this one.
Very good.
And is this the final book? This is the final book. And the final book is gonna be your favorite, Mo. It's gonna be everything you was looking forward to. But let me get through the comments real quick.
Okay.
Good read, White Knight. Yeah, I hear it's a good read. I gotta jump into that. I really gotta jump into that one. I enjoy that read. Which one? White Knight or okay, I think she said a basket full of heads. Yeah, they're good. I really enjoyed all of them actually. I have no problem with all the those series that came out. The final book. This one's for Mo. This one's for Mo. He's gonna find the whole concept interesting and crazy and cool. And he's gonna think like, yo, that's a crossover I've been dying to see since I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, this is a
Uh-oh.
crossover you've been dying to see since you was younger. As soon as you saw this show, you was like, yo, I hope they mix up with each other. Ready?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Howard the Duck and Duck Show.
Bam.
Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, that's dope. Nah, that's it. Yo, that's
You were
interesting.
not thinking that just
No, I
transform.
wasn't at all. I was thinking DuckTales and Howard the Duck.
I just picked it up because I don't know.
No,
I
but
think
that's very interesting.
but
That's
I
very
heard it was whack though. I think I heard it was whack. I don't know.
really.
Chat, if you guys read this already, let us know. I hear it had like bad artwork inside. I think
Oh,
that
that
was the thing. But I wonder
Transform.
why
That's
this one came
very.
in a bag and board and the rest didn't. But yeah. I hope they have Basket of Heads on DC Universe because I missed out on some issues. I have no idea what's going on DC Universe app. So Mo, do you look at that? I don't look at it.
Yeah. They everything's pretty much from the last that I saw. Everything is pretty much in there, up to date. They have everything that you pretty much need, but anything current is obviously delayed. The only thing that's current that they have there is the Batman, the animated series, the Batman Adventures continue, and they have 2 issues so far. Issue 2 came out earlier this week, and actually is the animated series in comic books and digital, and it's cool because now they have a Red Hood in it too. So,
oh, snap! Look at you, the master of the digital.
Call me Mo Digital.
Mo Digital. That actually has a rhyme to it. Mo Digital.
I got that from Bobby Digital. Wu-Tang.
Oh God. Wu-Tang. All right. So let's get into some topics that I do not have. But I'm gonna put the link in the chat if anybody wants to join us. Because you know, we wouldn't mind to have someone with us, chilling with us, or a couple, just not like 6 people, and then you don't hear Mo ever again.
You see me like this. And then I get smaller like this.
You just start fading. DC Universe is usually 6 months behind. Damn, Mo. So you had no idea what you were talking about.
Yo, what you talking about, bro? You talking about comics?
Do you read like up to date comics on the DC Universe app?
No.
Ah.
No. Yeah, but
okay, what does
the old school? They pretty much have the old school ones, but the comic books now. What does
yurt
mean?
That's yurt. I always I always go into somebody's live saying yurt. But I guess it's
it's like the alarm of the car in the hood when it's about to go off. It goes.
Oh man! All right, what we got here? What else did Jonas hook us up with? What character can be killed off? Oh, so this was my thing. What character you think nowadays could be killed off for a good amount of time, for like 10 years? Who would you think that? But it has to be a known character. Don't come out the woodworks with like, I don't know, Gwen Stacy or something.
Yeah, fuck Gwen Stacy.
Or what's one of the Robins?
The last time a major character was killed off and it was done right when they brought him back was Wolverine. Remember when Wolverine was in every comic book?
But then, I mean, Jean Grey was done right because they never brought her back.
Jean Grey died like in the
90s, early 90s, I think.
Yeah, she was out for a while.
She probably has the longest run, but I don't know. Who has the longest run?
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy?
The Gwen Stacy. When she first died in the original Spider-Man, she didn't come back for like a minute. And I'm talking about longer than Jean Grey. Wolverine was gone for almost 2 years. Anybody in DC? Because no one cares.
That's messed up.
Why am I leaning toward Iron Man?
Damn, my boy Mo is like, yo, kill him off. I'm tired of hearing his ass.
Oh, no, not kill him off, because he's been killed, died, and then his conscience isn't a robot, and then he's the voice of Riri and all that dumb shit. I would say Iron Man, because he's such a big deal. How would it look like in comics?
Yeah, but he already died in the movies. What, you want to kill him off in the comics too?
Well, comic book storyline wise, you know what I mean? I would say, yeah, Iron Man. I want to see Avengers without an Iron Man for a long ass time. How would that work?
Damn, Spider-Man died, right? Spider-Man kind of died in Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 700.
Which was done right, and then 2 to 3 issues into Superior Spider-Man, you see him pop up like, I'm in a dream or something. We're like,
I don't know why it went that way, yo. Though I remember I was in I forgot where I was, but Amazing Spider-Man issue 700, I believe it was, where he battles Dr. Ock. He switches his mind. He's like, you've been working on this machine to switch our minds back, and then he's like, no, I just wanted you to have my memories or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, take it back. I'm sorry.
But it was done so well. I remember getting feels. I was like, no. And then he's holding a very ugly, brittle Doc Ock, and then he put Peter Parker's conscience in there. So technically he died. And we're like, oh man, Peter Parker's dead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then two issues into Superior, he's back. And we're like, We know physically he's gonna come back.
Yeah. Then he was like, no, how could you live like this? Like he started seeing the memories and how he was going throughout the years.
All of Peter Parker's memories and experiences, it became Dr. Octopus's memories and experience. So like when Peter Parker lost Uncle Ben,
Well, you said Dr. Whose memories?
Wait a minute, why am I'm getting him confused with Dr. Doom. Doc Ock. When he
like Dr. Octopus's.
Dr. Octopus. When Peter Parker lost his uncle, he made it seem like it was, Doc Ock who lost his uncle. Like he was sharing his memories. So he merged it and made it into one.
Yeah.
All the heartbreak
and then Superior Spider-Man just went and punched Scorpion's jaw.
Yo, Superior Spider-Man, the best Spider-Man ever.
He was like, why was he holding back? He was like,
you were holding back this whole time.
That was crazy. It was crazy. I don't know. The death of Spider-Man is literally one of the best deaths I ever read in a comic book. I just love the whole concept of it. And just bringing him back, it was just like, why? I don't know, but it's money-wise. You can't. I'll tell you what characters you can't kill off. How about them apples? For a long time is what I mean. Can you kill off Batman? I don't think you can.
No.
We did kill him off, but he has to come back sooner or later. What other comics sells? I guess Spider-Man, you can't kill him off, I guess, either. Like again, like that.
Okay, so Iron Man, Captain America, they could be killed off for periods at a time because comic book sales wise, they never do.
Captain America could be killed off.
He was killed off. Remember?
Yeah, and he could be killed off again because he's not selling comics like that. Not a lot of people.
They never sell comics. That's the thing about the Avengers and Superman comics. The like Iron Man storylines, they have great. I don't know about great. Yeah, they have certain storylines that we know about, but I can never tell you I read that one. Like Devil in a Bottle when Tony Stark is all
Demon in the Bottle.
I never read that. But solo, they never have great ratings and all that stuff. So they could be killed off.
They're hard to write. I hear a couple of good stories of Captain America, but I just never. I read one story, or I ran with an ongoing series for probably 12 issues, and I was like, about it.
There was one that was really good. I think I put you on it, or we spoke about it. The Dimension Z one.
I don't remember.
It's the one that this guy, that big old head,
Murdoch.
He did something that Captain America was in the Avengers mansion. He goes into a room and he disappears for like 5 minutes, right? No one notices that. It's been 5 minutes. But he ends up spending 20 years in an ultimate dimension. Captain America Dimension Z, something like that. And he's in this dimension for 20 years. And he develops like a relationship with a young child who's like his son or something like that. That one, I remember we spoke about, and that was a really good storyline. That's the only Captain America storyline I could tell you. I was like, oh, that's like a great one. It's something Dimension Z.
I gotta look that up.
It's really good. Pretty good.
I need to read through Immortal Hulk. Is he still considered dead, but only comes alive at a certain time? No, not right now. From what I remember, I don't think so. I've only read the first 3 issues. That's so far. No, he's different now. Again, the first story is totally different. It got into they introduced the one. Man, I wish Jonas was here. They introduced the one below all.
The devil.
Well, yeah, I don't know how you want it. Well, the devil could be what's his name? It could be either
his dad.
It could be Odin's brother.
Oh, Serpent.
Yeah, or it could be Mephisto. There's so many devils and demons and all of that.
For that story run, I got up to when he ripped. What was it? The dude that can touch a wall, he turns into it. The dude with the ball.
Yeah, something changed. Something
absorbing
man.
I saw that one. He rips him. It's real disgusting, and the Hulk makes his way and he looks. The final panel was him saying, "Oh, we're in hell," and then I didn't continue on from there. But that part, it was pretty
it's really good. It's really interesting. It was a great series. I love the Immortal Hulk, especially when they first came out. I was like, "What? This has so many horror aspects to it." It's like when Hulk was chopped up into pieces and put into different jars.
Oh yeah.
Jars. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" I remember when they killed Bruce Banner in Civil War II. Yeah, Hawkeye. Remember that? Hawkeye killed
with the arrow to the head.
Yeah, and he told him to. He was like, "Yo, I'm not trying to Hulk out anymore," or whatever he said. And he said, "If you need to take the shot, and he kills him. Kind of kills him, but he's immortal now, so it didn't. Mephisto needs to be brought into the MCU. I definitely agree. I think we need my boy Nicolas Cage playing Ghost Rider again. Nah, we definitely need a new Ghost Rider. They had the Ghost Rider in what, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., like, and from what I heard, it was good. Robbie Reyes.
They had and the little that I saw, it looked good. It looked good.
It looked official, right? It looked cool. So hopefully we get a Ghost Rider and then a Mephisto. I know
maybe Mephisto.
I don't know. I just like the interaction. But we do need a Mephisto. A Mephisto in like hell on his throne would look badass.
With the long hair, but
and you could make him. You could make him like he could. Yeah, he'll look awesome. He'll look awesome.
Make him look bad.
But yeah, man, Civil War 2. Are we gonna have a Civil War 3 anytime?
I hope not, because Civil War 2 was Twazax.
Oh God, why did they do that?
I was like, oh, but now it's Captain Marvel versus Iron Man. Oh, they should have renamed it something else, because there was nothing at all similar to the original Civil War.
Yeah.
Damn, that storyline. If I had I know it's
maybe in the upcoming Blade movie. Yeah, that could be awesome too, yo. I mean, Mephisto, you bring him in, he could tie in anywhere.
Well, yeah.
You get me? He's been around the block. He's been with everybody. So if you bring in him, you could assume like, oh, Ghost Rider or Blade or all these Daredevil or these other characters that had interactions with him. Like, it's like crazy. Man, I'm still thinking about the conversation we had in like the previous episodes of Dr. Doom being the ultimate bad guy, but
maybe it could be Mephisto. Now we get
Mephisto sounds cool too.
Yeah, maybe we get a interdimensional devilish type of big bad that opens up that type of universe that could open up into the cosmos too. Mephisto, yeah, I can see Mephisto more before Dr. Doom.
You know what I was thinking about? For some reason, I was thinking about the Ultimate Universe, and I was thinking about when Giant Man eats the Blob.
He said, "Arr." Yo, Ultimatum gets so much hate, but I remember not following the Ultimate Universe, and then I see the hardcover of Ultimatum. No, I remember going into the comic shop and I see a poster, Ultimatum coming in this whatever, Ultimatum coming in this day. And I'm like, what is this shit? I waited, and I read everything. I'm like, what in the world am I reading here? Oh, these people died. My man grabs, who ate Wasp? It was Blob.
Blob ate Wasp, and then Giant Man rips his head off or something like that.
It was wild.
It was intense, yo. Yeah, the Ultimate Universe was intense. I have a long box over there. I don't know if I should bring it out, and it has a lot of books in there. And I saw a lot of Ultimatum, all the old Ultimates that I have there. And stuff. I thought it was pretty cool.
And that's when Magneto at the end, you got Iron Man, Cyclops blasting him. He's like,
yeah.
It was because Magneto kills
Silver. I mean, not Silver Surfer. Quicksilver.
Magneto is made to believe that his kids were murdered, and that's when he went crazy and he shifted the pole.
Oh, that's when he was like, "I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end the world," and he shifted the polar cap.
Said, "F this," and he twists, and now there was like waves of water everywhere. I know Spider-Man got drowned, but then you come to find out that it was all a lie. They made him do that on purpose.
You know, it's hilarious because I think about it. I'm like, yo, this Earth's Marvel superheroes will not stand a chance against these Ultimatum universe. They're savages.
They're savages. They're savages. The only thing I did not like about the Ultimate Universe was something that I thought was gross. Do you know what it was? There was like a big controversy to it.
Huh.
It was that they made Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver hook up.
But isn't that why Magneto killed Quicksilver?
No, no,
No,
Magneto
I
didn't
think
kill Quicksilver.
Magneto got mad, I think. Yeah, they killed Scarlet Witch. Then Quicksilver was in front of him, and before Quicksilver could run away, he dropped a car on him. He smashed a car on him.
I'm trying to remember. You could be right. I do know Scarlet Witch died. I don't remember how. And then he was pissed off already, and people were like, "Yo, chill. Yo, Magneto's dangerous. Yo, he can go nuts." And then Quicksilver died. I don't know if it's on Magneto's hands or somebody else killed him, and that made him.
I feel like I see Magneto smash a car on Quicksilver.
It could be that. Maybe that's what made him snap. But then you see Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver at the end of Ultimatum with the rest of the villains, and they're like, "Oh, we did what we needed to do," and that was it. The Ultimate Universe was canceled after that. But Scarlet Witch.
Damn, I'm looking for images, but I don't.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Obviously, you guys know they're brother and sister. And the Ultimate Universe, they hook up because he's like obsessed with her. And I remember reading, I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Ah.
What in the hell?
Yeah, I was like, "Yo, this is gross. What are we doing here? Incest here now? Nah, bro. Come on. I know it's the Ultimate Universe, but damn."
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it was dope. The whole idea of the Ultimate Universe was pretty much it was the rated R version of the Marvel Universe.
You guys should do a video showing off what's in your long boxes. It's just I want to do that, but it's so unorganized. My long boxes. It's just people used to do those kind of videos, going through their collections, but I don't really see them much anymore. Yeah, I guess I should do it. I mean, you know what? I'm about to bring out a long box and see what I have. So Mo, you got it. 5 people in the chat, so chat it up.
Oh, here we are. What's up, guys? Like I was telling TK earlier, I was playing Call of Duty with my son, and I was getting
no pressure, Mo. Hold on.
Oh no, you got me on Zoom now. What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's safe and healthy. But yes, I was playing Call of Duty. I'm also a gamer. I'm a big fan. My favorite game is Gears of War. Gears of War is my favorite game. Then I got Madden. Call of Duty is cool, but I like more the zombie mode. I was playing earlier. I'm not the best Call of Duty player. I'm that dude that if there's 3 bad people, I will shoot the missile just so I can get at least 1 kill. That's what that is all about. But mostly play within Xbox. Mostly use Xbox. I've always been an Xbox fan since they opened up their first system back in 2001. I actually worked in Toys R Us back in 2001, and I was part of the crew that not helped bring it, but open up Toys R Us so New York can like purchase their Xboxes. I remember people used to buy like 2 or 3 of them at a time, and it was only 2 per customer, and people were coming out trying their best to sell them so they could like sell it on eBay for double the amount. But yeah, I was gaming earlier. Yo, TK, what else?
I don't know. There's 6 people in the chat now, so you're doing well. Everybody's interested in what were you talking about? Kmart?
No, just talking about there's nothing else.
Say something cool, Mom. You should do a video COZ in your long boxes. Oh man, I should, right? I think I need my 9-year-old loves it when we play Call of Duty or Injustice with her, but I'm more into old school games like Pac-Man and things. I like both.
Yeah, me too.
It's just fighting games. Honestly, I love it. I'd be hyped for it. Mortal Kombat. I'd be hyped for it. Street Fighter. I'd be hyped for it. Tekken. I'd be hyped for it. Soul Calibur. I used to be hyped for it. But honestly, I suck.
I'm good at Street Fighter. The other fighting games, I'm not that good.
I'm good at arcade games though. Like if we play Street Fighter in the arcade, I'm good at. I'll whoop that ass. But
I used to be that dude that used to pick Guile, and I used to just Sonic Boom the whole screen. Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom. And then you know how when Guile
I'm that dude that would be like down, and I'll just kick like that.
Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, Sonic Boom, and cheesing.
All right, so here I got a long box. I was going through it. I was changing up. I was rebagging and boarding. This box has a lot of different things in it, so I'm gonna just show.
Be careful, TK.
While we're talking, I'll show some books.
Yeah.
See, so I got that Ultimate Death of Spider-Man.
Okay.
I got that run when that was going on. Avengers versus the New Ultimates. Sega. Yo, remember that?
Yo, Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember on Christmas Day getting my Sega Genesis, and I was playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And I remember I was with my family, my brothers and sisters. And I remember as I'm playing as Sonic, Tails is next to him. And Tails, I think he died. And he came back floating to the screen. And we were all like, whoa, that's so cool. Sega.
Yo, that was the best. Speaking of games, did you guys watch season 3 of Castlevania? Mo, did you finish?
I'm halfway done with it. I won't lie. This season has been a bit slow.
You know what? Our next episode, yo, Absolute Venom, thank you for dropping by. We're just here chilling. I'm showing off some books I have in a long box. So yeah, man, we're just talking. But all right, so we got Castlevania.
Yo, you need to watch
Ozark. These are shows that I want to talk about because they're actually really good.
Did you watch any of
Ozark
Academy?
Yo, dude, I woke up, I thought of it, I was like, yo, today's the day I'm gonna watch this monkey. All I have in my head is a monkey, an umbrella, and he's in the rain. And no, I didn't get to it.
Get to it, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, we spoke about it in our last video. TK has not seen the Umbrella Academy. And I have that one.
You know what's crazy? My girl told me that I told her, like, yo, we should watch Umbrella Academy. And I was like, I don't remember. Like, it had to be when it first came out. And probably, did you see it when it first came out? And you told me about it?
No, I saw it maybe months afterwards. That I think I was waiting for the right time to see it. And when I saw it, the first 2 episodes, I was like, yo, I'm hooked. Bagged it out. But last episode,
yeah, Dr. Mario
and Dr. Mario. Which one? The one with the pills?
How many long boxes do you have? Long boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6, 5 or 6.
Long boxes,
and then
those white
long ones. Yeah. And then short boxes, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 short
boxes. You have it on the roof?
Nah, in the closet. I have 8 in the closet. I have 2 holding my camera that I just use to do videos that I haven't done in a minute. I have a rack in the living room, like next to the corner, and it's holding my long boxes there. And then I had a long box next to my bed because I was working on it. Wow, that's a lot of. I just gave you the whole, everything to it.
Give me the blueprints to the house.
Yeah. I had a Sega Game Gear that was badass. Sega Game Gear. What's Sega Game Gear? What's that?
The Game Gear was like a Tetris, but for Sega. I mean, I'm sorry, it was like the Game Boy, but Sega.
Oh, yeah, I never had that one. Yeah, I never had it.
I had it, and I played Sonic.
Philadelphia going to Netflix.
I'm familiar with that, Philadelphia, but if you're saying, if you're telling us about it, it must be.
It's a comic, yeah. Yo, we forgot about this couple, though.
They're weird, man. Like, they did hook up, but they didn't, and like they have like this weird.
Is it safe to say that that Magneto just likes this weird relationship thing?
Who, Magneto?
I mean, Wolverine, not Magneto.
Wolverine. We talked about in the last episode how Wolverine gets around with everybody in Marvel.
I got that X-Men Testament, Magneto Testament. That was a cool story of them during the Holocaust.
The question that they asked before, Castlevania. I saw the first 2 seasons. They're great, amazing. I love it. Season 3, I'm halfway done. It was a little slow, so I'm gonna finish it though. Definitely. Big Castlevania fan. Next Netflix done a great job.
Deadpool #1.
Is that with the scrolls?
Yeah.
That run was funny too.
Yeah, man. So the way I have it here is like they're not in order. They're just in order of the way I read it at that time. Some of them, and then some of them I just mixed them up. So it's like I guess it's like showing off my pull list. Oh, look at this Alex Ross cover, Batman. That's right.
Okay.
But yeah. Oh, remember Age of X?
Yes. Yes.
That X-Men legacy?
Yes. One of hundreds of different X-Men titles.
One of like, because they have Age of everything now.
Right.
Wolverine got with Domino. Yeah, I know.
Yo,
Yo.
In the X-Force storyline, what's it called, TK?
Blood and love and blood and sex.
Blood, sex, and violence. Amazing.
Sex and violence. There you go.
Yeah, amazing storyline. I was reading. I was like, yo, this is
Yo, that's Chronic's. I think that's Chronic's favorite storyline right there.
I make Mystique turn into different chicks every day before I. Yeah, right. Yo, Mystique, check it. Mire, mommy. What about?
Yeah, but is that considered cheating? Is that considered cheating?
No, mommy, for me, Jean Grey, please. No, okay. Then she fucks with him, and she'll be like, I'm old Magneto from the cinematic universe. No, Green Goblin.
Look, a fistful of trouble. Hmm?
That sounds kind of dangerous.
Oh man,
we've been banned for a week.
Oh,
there it is.
This is Divided We Stand. I think this is the story after it, but it's the same.
After or before?
Before. It could be either way.
X-Force
you have all kinds of titles in that one box. Yeah, I'm telling you, it was just a mix of things going on there. And then I remember I tried organizing it, and then it just failed for me to organize my box. I have to like get it. You have your Marvel touching the DC, don't you? Laugh loud. I'm super picky, and Captain isn't allowed to touch my boxes because he messes shit up. Laugh loud. Yeah, I mean, watch. Once I get this down pack, I have everything I need. Oh, you know what I do need is more boxes, more long boxes, and then I just start like that and then putting it. I should make like a video on that, right? Just doing it. People, I don't know that I watch people go through their collection and then place their things. So that's pretty cool. That plus and that plus Uncanny X-Force.
Yes, yeah. The Remender run, because they remember X-Force was first. Wolverine, X-23, I think it was Wolfbane, and Warpath, Domino a little bit, and that was a dope run. Then the run that is Wolverine, Deadpool, Archangel, Psylocke, and this guy who's disappeared, Phantom X.
Oh yeah, Phantom X. Where is he?
That was one of the best Uncanny X-Force runs that I read in my entire life. I remember reading it, and I just needed that issue. It's called the Apocalypse.
That's the thing. It gets hard to compare. It gets hard while reading the X-Force storyline now. You're like, oh, this is a legit storyline. It's pretty cool. But it's like, yo, you start thinking about those X-Force storylines that came before, and you're like, yo, it gotta somehow pick up to match whatever was going on. Okay, so comics coming back in mid-May, starting with April 1st comics. All right, so comics coming back mid-May, starting with April 1st. So we're just going to be behind, is what he's saying. So starting in mid-May, they're going to redistribute the comics, but the comics from April 1st that we missed.
That makes sense. Because remember, in one of our episodes, TK, we were talking about what would we prefer. Will we prefer one of them to be released and then we're up to date? And I remember saying, no, I think it's best that they just, wherever they left off, release little by little from there. And then we have a lot of content. Yo, you never know. This whole coronavirus thing could go on longer, and it could get better or it could get worse, but at least we have content to read.
How many boxes do you have, Mo? Mo has like 3 iPads full of comics.
Yo, so I'll keep it real. I have a huge, I don't have those white boxes. I have a huge Home Depot temperature stored mini shed in the basement, and I have I have a lot of comics in there, but they're all protected and labeled a certain way, which I want to show you one of these days. TK is like, yo, these are my comics. Bam,
wait, your shit's organized?
Yeah, it's organized. but
Man.
it's organized. But remember, when I moved, I found a big box full of old comics that were good, and I put those on top, and those aren't organized. Even though I have a big box, TK, you have way more. You have more comics than me. I have a lot of them back from late 80s.
I got a lot from early 2000s.
Yeah.
So the whole 9/11 issues, I have a lot of those, and then I have some 90s as well.
Yeah. So I think TK for sure has. Oh, that's dope. I like that angel right there.
Right.
I have a lot. From what I've seen right now, TK has more. Maybe you guys are gonna be upset, but I went digital almost 2 years ago. So I get my stuff through digital.
I'm telling you, your boy is a player.
Yo, if that's there goes Wolverine right there. No, he never got together with Jubilee.
Nah. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Or Rogue.
There was this Avengers run with John Romita artwork. Oh man, his art just gets to me. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's whatever. I'll show you a better one. This is the Michael Bendis Avengers and John Romita Jr. U52 Justice League. You guys know that. That's early when I got his Secret Invasion, the Amazing Spider-Man. This was the out of 3 series.
Okay.
Out of 3 runs. I picked up at this time. I was picking up a lot of Amazing Spider-Mans. It was something cool. Just kicking it with TK while he organizes. Laugh a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Yo. Just lay out like how many long boxes I need. I have the separators. You hear me? Separate the dividers for it, and all I got to do is do it. So I'm like, but I don't want to do it by myself because it's a lot of.
TK, you ever watch the MTV show Catfish?
Catfish.
You know how this the guy who's the main guy. He helps people find people.
You talking about Hitch? You talking about Will Smith, the movie Hitch?
Catfish. And he has that friend that travels with him. He has a camera. That would be me. Let me be the guy holding the camera while you go through your stuff. And I make like funny comments like, somebody made their bed. And then you go through it, you know?
Yeah. You got to come over. Once this virus thing is over, come over and then you can help me. You can help me do this. Whenever I'm going through my boxes, I like playing a video of someone else going through their boxes as well. Yeah, I like going to sleep to it. I don't know if it's weird, but like seeing people just go through their long boxes and picking up books. And so I just like that. It's I don't know. So are they just going to? Well, what's that word, Mo? That shit hit me hard.
My man Noel Martinez. So are they just going to resolicit all the pre-orders?
Resolicit. Well, I was gonna say resolite. I don't know why resolicit the pre-orders. I don't know. It would be cool just to see the stuff in your collection. Yeah, a lot of people has been. That's a thing that a lot of people have been telling me. They're like, yo, show off your collection next time. I'm like, because my collection, I don't have like a specific, everything I like, I have my comics, but I like it away. Like if you come to my house, you would only see this. What's my background?
Yeah.
You get me? You would even know I got hidden comic books everywhere.
Yeah, because it's protected. Like mine, even though you have way more, mine, they're in the attic, but not pushed away or thrown away somewhere. They're safe.
Yeah. I totally forgot what happened in this Wolverine and Jubilee run.
Is that when she turns into a vampire?
Is it? It could be. Yeah. I got that burning. Oh, you remember when Carnage came out with this limited series?
And it was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
There's one cover I really liked. Where is it?
Carnage USA. That was good too. Look at that. We need a legit Carnage in the cinematic universe. A legit one. Yeah.
I can't wait. Hopefully it pulls off. Everybody's been waiting for that Venom 2 trailer because I love doing my trailer reactions. So I'm definitely waiting for that and then dropping my reaction to that trailer, which would be cool. Look at this.
Yes, look at that.
Issue number 1. I didn't even know it was in this box.
And in that Ultimate Universe, there's no such thing as mutants, though, right?
I don't think so.
Isn't it that they were all created like through the Weapon X, through the weapon, whatever?
Yeah, it was some weird story. Like the only thing I disliked was probably like Iron Man suit. You remember Iron Man suit in the Ultimate?
Yeah, he looked like a
a bucket
Yeah,
head for real
like
though.
a juggernaut type of
Yeah,
style.
yeah. Like he had that juggernaut thing going on. Woo.
Is that the one that Thor is dressed up like a just all fucked up?
In this one, no, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Look, you can see him right there. He has like the long blonde hair. He's got like a semi mask.
Oh yeah, he has that
It's
he's that Thor. He looks like the Thor from at that time. It was this Thor. What's that Thor that came down from Earth to Earth?
yeah, like Thunderstrike.
Yeah, yeah.
But that was back in the 90s when they made the superheroes look all boxy and funny.
Yeah, they always did that.
Shit.
Rob Liefeld and his drawings were all about that as well.
That's
Yeah,
the one
whenever
that
I'm going through my boxes, I like playing. Okay, I read that. I think. So are they? Yep, read that. Look at me being all boy. It would be cool to see the stuff in your collection. Wow, I'm so. Why am I reading the same thing? I got like 12 long boxes and maybe 10 short boxes in a storage room but I have 2 long boxes and 4 short boxes here at home. Damn, that's crazy. Look at Noel Martinez. He has like I have a whole warehouse. I know I met a guy that had like 45,000. I don't even know.
Oh my god.
Got that Dark Claw.
Man, get that shit out of my face.
Got that other Dark Claw. What's the difference? Can you spot the difference?
There's no barcode in
it?
Is that what it is? Batman and Wolverine put together. I was like,
yo, this is the best Batman ever.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, I have that Osborn story.
Which one?
The evil incarcerated one.
Nuts.
Damn, it's crazy because you forget. Like I forget what happened in a lot of these stories. I gotta reread them. Nice corner. Say something cool, Mo.
Something cool. Only if you might get that. That's from the 21 Jump Street movie. I did say something cool. Yeah, but what you say? I said something cool.
Oh, remember Generation Hope?
Yeah, that didn't last that long, right?
Nah.
That took place after A versus X. By the way, TK, where is Hope? Nowhere. Wasn't she like a big important character? She was like one of the.
They say what happens at the end of A versus X. Oh, she leaves, doesn't she?
Apparently not. They had her own little run there of Generation Hope. But where is she now?
Or did she join Wolverine and the X-Men?
For maybe for like a bit. I don't even remember. But where is that character in current Marvel storyline? She's like nowhere. We haven't seen her in none of the Dawn of X and House of X storylines.
Oh, here's some pretty cool ones. I got Batman Beyond.
Oh, okay. One of the best intros. One of the best animated intros.
Somebody save. Oh,
there it is. Smallville.
I swear.
The Blur. Who's that? It's the Blur.
Oh God, that's the Spider-Man. Oh look, I got this. This was hanging out. Yo, Cobra, thank you for dropping by. We're just here. I'm showing off my collection. Mo is just saying things that are cool, and yeah.
And I'm sipping on my gin and juice.
I had like some random Iron Man comics, like issue 500. I don't know why. I wasn't a big fan of him, anyways.
But do you remember a specific Iron Man solo storyline?
Demon in a Bottle, and
the one that he's fighting, the alchemist thing.
The what, man?
Exactly.
There's your boy. There's your boy right there.
Looking like a toaster.
Oh God, what happened? What was that about?
For the Ultimate Universe, they couldn't create him to look more badass. That's not badass.
I don't know. Oh, remember the Annihilators?
Let me see.
Silver
Yes,
Surfer, Guardian. Uh-oh.
that was the Annihilation storyline, right? With Thanos, and it was like a big cosmic
What was that
storyline.
storyline again?
Annihilation?
Oh yeah. I thought you said Annihilation.
No.
I saw Snoop last year in concert at the Sturgis rally. Shirt was lit. Shit was lit. Oh snap! Snoop
Okay.
Dogg.
Snoop is like mad tall too. He sticks out, right?
Snoop Doggy Dog.
Keep going, TK. Keep going. You know what you should do? You should be singing while you're going through your boxes.
Yeah, right. I can't multitask like that. I'm just right now. I'm just picking up like what I think is funny. Actually, not even what I think is cool. Just what I think is funny. Like Spider Boy issue number 1.
Spider Boy?
Yeah, it was like a mix between.
Oh, that's the. It was called the specific universe. It was the Alagma. Oh, look, it says right in the corner. It was the Almagam.
Yeah, so they mixed up a
Universe?
lot of DC and Marvel characters.
Yeah.
So I think I have like the Storm and something else. I forgot what.
Was it Storm and Wonder Woman?
But I got that What If Wolverine father one. That was pretty good.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Let me see what else. What else they're saying here? Theory of Dead Man opened for him. Damn. I need a. Have you ever been to a concert? I didn't go. I never been to a concert.
The only concerts I've been to is
Mark Anthony. Aventura.
No, I was with the My Chemical Romance concerts. I went to.
Oh, okay, that's cool though. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they put on.
broke up?
They put on a. They broke up for a bit. No, they disbanded for a bit to pursue it, and they recently, maybe like a few months ago, got to back together to do.
They were like, "Yo, we're broke. Let's get back together."
But I saw them 4 times.
No cap. Oh, so I was talking to Melody. Rosie C is my sister, and we was playing the game, and she sucks in Call of Duty. Anyways, we were playing, and then she goes, or Perry said something. He was like, "Yo, no cap," and I was like, "What does that mean? What are you saying, no cap?" And then Melody was like, "That's what they're saying nowadays." And I was like, What does it mean?" She was like, "It means no lying." And I was like, "Yo, how did they get from no lying to no cap? No capping."
No cap. I gotta ask my son what that means because I don't know what that means.
That's what I mean. It's like say less. You know how the kids are saying say less?
Yo, say no more.
That's us. That was us. Say no more.
Say no
but
more.
they say less.
Stop lying.
That was the What If the Grim Hunt.
Oh, okay. That's dope.
Oh, and look at this homage. Speaking of demon in a bottle.
Yo, no cap, all right? No cap. Oh shit. There it is.
That's official,
dope.
right?
That's dope. What's it called?
I'm about to do an auction. Huh?
What's that? What is that called? It says Iron Man.
It's Iron Man demon in an armor.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. I think it had to do with Iron Man and Doctor Doom. Or Doctor Doom. I forgot. First of all, that was Perry that said all that. Laugh aloud. No cap is like saying capping you up. See, I thought like bust the cap.
Yeah.
But I don't oh, but I don't know about capping. I don't know. I heard
no cap.
Stuff like that.
Let me ask my son.
Oh, remember the Dark Reign run?
That was one of the best runs out there. Yes. Iron Patriot, Dakin as Wolverine, Bullseye was Hawkeye.
Oh, I got that number 2.
Venom was Spider-Man, Black Spider-Man suit. Sentry was Sentry. And there was like some girl there that was like Captain Marvel, something like that. Yeah.
Dark Reign was crazy. It leads to the Iron Patriot, him becoming the Iron Patriot, right? Or he was the Iron Patriot during
in Dark Reign. Dark Reign leads
Norman Osborn. A lot of people didn't know Norman Osborn was the Iron Patriot.
It was Secret Invasion, and that led to Dark Reign because remember they fire Tony Stark as the head of security, and then this guy, Norman Osborn, he becomes the head of security, and then he makes his own Avengers, and that's Dark Reign, and then Dark Reign led to Siege.
Yeah,
they're fighting and Sentry,
and then that's when Wolverine fights Thor in Siege, the beginning of Siege, and he's like, I think he's like, because he was so used to the Thor, the robotic Thor that was in that team, and then he was like, nah, I'm the real Thor. And Wolverine was like, nah, I don't trust you. And so they start slicing and dicing and fighting, and then Thor just electrocutes him. He's like, all right, you got it. Capping, you got, wait, what it says? Capping you up. No, Cap is like gassing you up. You sure? I thought it was like lying. You're not lying. I thought, Mello, you got that wrong? Man.
Capping you up.
But now I understand gassing you up. You getting all gassed up.
Norman Osborn's Thor was Ares, and that's where Sentry like rips him.
Damn, Ares got ripped in half in space, skeleton, blood floating, everything. Just like he did with Carnage. Wait, he did that to Carnage.
He took Carnage to space and ripped him. With Ares, he was fighting in Asgard. My man said, "What?" And everybody.
Dude, and then Sentry just started flying around. And remember when Sentry just started flying through Asgard, destroyed all of Asgard.
Thor was like, "No,
I'm way too old for the slang nowadays."
There's something that the kids
gassing
say
you up could be lying. You too, TK. Gassing you up, yo. You're getting gassed up. I thought it was like you're getting full of yourself kind of way.
It's two things. You're getting full of yourself, but also that we're lying to you. Yo, I'm gonna gas him up.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You're right. I got that wrong.
Then there's bees news.
Who is this? Is this Beast Boy?
It looks like the Jackal.
But he has like that Nightcrawler. He has like that Nightcrawler costume on.
So that's obviously Nightcrawler, and it has to be Beast Boy, right? Or the Jackal. That looks weird. Yeah, it's Nightcrawler for sure. It has to be either Beast Boy or Jackal.
Oh snap! You guys ready for the ultimate comic right here? Check this out. Wait, let me put myself. Let me enlarge myself.
hey, no cap. The super soldier with his little shield. Oh, jeez.
Yo, what are you talking about? It's official.
Why would he need the shield if he's powered up by Superman? You know?
Damn. Why you gotta come at him like that, though?
I didn't like that run. I was like, this is whack. There's another slang that the kids use nowadays. I'm trying to remember what it is. I keep hearing my son and his friends when they're playing basketball, they say it to each other, but it's kind of like saying, all right, cool, but it's a different something that they. I'm gonna have to ask him when he comes down here. They never reprinted that DC versus Marvel in trade, so I haven't read it.
Oh yeah, they haven't. It was some interesting fights.
Wait, they were all. Wasn't it that Batman technically beat Captain America? It was a draw, but he technically.
No, so it went like this. Batman and Cap saw each other. They started fighting. Batman noticed that he was like a super soldier. Like he had super strength, super everything, super stamina. So Batman already he broke it down right in the first 5 minutes of their fight or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he was like, Batman goes, we can continue to do this, but it'll take you a long ass time to take me down. Or we can do this. And so that's what they did. And I was like, yo, Batman all day, every day. Yo, I feel like I'm in the studio here. All I need is
what I remember.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, what I remember was
Captain you better fall back.
Captain America was about to throw his shield in Batman's head, but when he threw it, this guy threw a batarang, and the water came out, and it made Captain America lose his balance. So technically, the water, Batman kind of like.
Come on, yo, it's Batman. Because you got to remember, he's Batman.
Technically, Batman can't go forever with Captain America.
Come up for the air, TK. What I got here? I got a lot of these books, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's cheesy, but it's cool.
JLX.
Check this one out. Ready? Ready? Check this one. This is another big screen one. Let's see how many got people seeing this corny comic. Ready?
Oh, Amazon. Oh, so that's Storm and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it doesn't take a Sherlock Holmes to figure that out.
That
Over
would look
here.
better than that Captain America Superman mierda with a little ass shield with an S.
What else I got here? Uncanny, Ultimates. Yeah. Lock and Key. I got some Lock and Key in here. Fantastic Four. I did read some issues on Fantastic Four, which wasn't too bad. Neymar. It's just the runs. I was reading I read the Jonathan Hickman's FF. That was a good run.
They say it's one of the best ones. I never read it though, but they say it's one of the best ones that you get.
Look like this. The FF series.
That's how it looked, the whole run.
Yeah, most of it, but they didn't start it until later on. Like he still had some covers that look like this as well.
Okay. I think I only have like one.
Batman Incorporated. You remember Batman Incorporated?
Yeah. Wasn't that like his whole crew?
Yeah.
Working with Lucius Fox and all that stuff.
Yeah. Dakin. Dark Wolverine.
That was, yeah.
Dakin.
Dakin.
Then you got this iconic Captain America cover.
Oh, there he is with the gun.
Yep. I was like,
caps. No cap.
Oh, here's your boy. You ready?
Uh-oh. Yes, there it is. Phantom X, Archangel, Psylocke, Deadpool. Who's that in the bottom? Oh, and the little Kid Apocalypse.
Yeah, that boy there.
Yeah, it's Apocalypse.
It's like the Franklin Richards.
Yeah. The Apocalypse Solution. That's what it was called. The Uncanny X-Force run.
Some more Uncanny because they had not only was their story great, but their covers were amazing as well.
They were official. That's one of them. There's a variant that I'm trying to find. That's one thing that I'm trying to find. An Uncanny X-Force variant on that run that has all of them. They're designed a certain way that looks like epic. It has Archangel on the top. It has all of them on the bottom, but like I will have to show you a picture for you to see it, but I'll be trying to find the variant of it.
What else we got here? Magneto #1. This was that weird one shot. You don't want to see that. Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah. I'm telling you, I had that run.
There it is. Dope, man. I think I have all of them, and I have the whole hardcover also. Okay.
That's the Ed McGuinness cover with the red hole, green hole. He always draws his character like crazy. It was a quarter of the box. But hold on. Let me see if I missed anything here. What it says, whatever happened to Kid Apoc?
He went.
Wasn't he reintroduced again?
The first Kid Apocalypse got shot in the face.
Wasn't he just? Oh no, it was Dormammu's grandson, I think. In Strange Academy, in the new Strange Academy.
What happened was he Wolverine took him to the new school. The Kid Apocalypse. The Kid Apocalypse that we remember. Wolverine, after that Uncanny X-Force run, he took him to the new school. It was called the Jean Grey School. Remember that when Wolverine and Cyclops had that beef, Cyclops went with his home crew, but he took him with him, and he pretty much tried to train him to not be an evil Apocalypse. So that Apocalypse ended up with the X-Men. But now, currently, I don't think that Kid Apocalypse even exists anymore because we see the Apocalypse that we know in the Dawn of X. Right, TK?
Like, my bad. Hey, you got 9 more people watching. 9 people. Remember this The Fear Itself storyline.
Yo, yeah, I remember, and I remember also it was a big dud.
Nah,
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it? With what's his name? The uncle, the serpent.
How everything to me is
He made hammers. He threw hammers down.
He threw hammers, and then we had, we had those people that were called the worthy. That was cool, but I think it ended too quick. It was weird. It was pretty much Thor sacrificing himself.
Yeah. Oh no. You know what it was? He ended up fighting a serpent.
That's what it was.
A big ass serpent. That's what it was. And we're like, what? This build up for the biggest showdown, and he fights. But there was some crazy scenes in it. I remember Thor goes against. I think it was the Hulk and the Thing with the hammer. Both of them had their hammers at the same time. So what Thor did was knock the Hulk into space.
Yeah.
He hit him so hard he sent him to space, and I think he killed the Thing, like that bad king thing.
Wasn't it in Fear Itself that we steal that Hulk that's in reverse? And it was spelled in reverse? Call something like that?
Yeah, was it?
I don't know. Yeah. Wolverine in Fear Itself. But
yeah,
that's when that Hulk came out, and it was an evil one, but it was in reverse, some weird thing like that.
Wolverine Bone Jean Grey with his giant.
There's a fact, Scarpad. Wolverine has been all over the place.
Yeah, right. What's up, Scarpad? Thank you for dropping by. I have a big ass serpent right here.
Hey, you.
Oh, God.
Yikes. What I want to know is if that apocalypse that we see now with the X-Men, if that's the kid apocalypse that Wolverine took to the school. Because remember that was that other weird storyline, TK, where the villains swapped with the heroes and the heroes swapped with the villains in their bodies?
Yeah, I remember.
And during that storyline, Kid Apocalypse, he evolved to an older Apocalypse. So I wonder if that's the same Apocalypse that's with the X-Men right now.
Where's your boy's arm, though?
Oh, is that where he lost it? And then he had that what is it? He has like a sword or something?
I don't know. It's something. I had that Ultimate Spider-Man run too. The whole thing with Mark Bagley with the artwork. Yeah, it was really good.
That was a good storyline. You know what was another good storyline? The Spider-Man men storyline when it's Peter Parker and Miles Morales when they run into each other.
Oh yeah.
It was like 5 or 6 issues. It was dope. And then I think that led to that Spider-Verse storyline with the vampires and stuff.
Yep. I'm just trying to see. I have a lot. Look at your girl right there. Nowhere to be found nowadays, though.
Generation Hope.
Oh, God.
Yo, any of y'all got questions? Because while TK's looking for that, it's like I'm like just looking into the screen like...
Yeah, tell them to ask you questions.
Yo, but I don't see the questions. I can't see nothing. I don't have control of
it. Yo, they're probably asking questions like no other. Nah, it's just Scarpad saying some inappropriate stuff probably. So you guys happy the new comics are coming next week? Will at least for DC. Yeah, but I don't know how it's gonna work.
See, like we were talking about it earlier, Scarpad, like. So these comics are coming out. Is this something digital, just digital? Because if it's digital, then cool. We have access to it at home. Or obviously it'll be distributed to the comics, but our comic shop's going to be open all week or just every Wednesday and have specific number of people come in to pick up their comics like they do at Walmart and Home Depot. Buffy, is that the governor? Is that the governor in that cover?
The governor, nah. Oh wait, with the eye patch? No.
There it is, the governor. Yo, it looks just like him.
Probably.
Right? So how does that work? Or will comic books still make enough money? No, coming out in print. So okay, it's coming out in print, but does that mean that the comic book stores are going to be open Monday through Friday or just on specific days? How many digital comics do you got, Mo? Yo, I got a good amount.
This was the vampire storyline that you was talking about. It was the Curse of the Mutants.
Yeah.
When Dracula
they made Jubilee
And
that's Jubilee relevant.
That's what's coming out again, I think. That's what's happening with Jonathan Hickman's run. Isn't Sabretooth talking to Dracula? Or
the storyline that we were following, TK, a while back was Jubilee and Dracula and Blade came to the X-Men to help out. Now you're saying that they're doing it something similar with Dracula, which, by the way, it's funny talking about Dracula, but Dracula's a big bad in the Marvel Universe. What is that? Is that Matrix?
No, it's Giant Man with Wasp.
Hey,
this is they went against each other, but yeah, this is right before this the 9/11 one. But this is right before Blob eats her or something. Where the White Claws at?
Nah, yo, Mello, I got the Bacardi lemon.
Yo, you've been like sipping it slowly, trying to not.
Yo, it was tasting so good earlier. Now I don't. So I've been sipping it because
you were sipping earlier, and now their taste buds coming back.
I think that's what it is.
I got water.
I'll go with the other. Oh, look what he just put.
Read it.
I ordered through DCBS. No indication they will go with this other distributor. Interesting.
The A versus X.
Oh, Namor and Thing. Namor was kicking his ass in the water. He comes out of the water, and then Thing wins.
Yep. Yeah, let me run through this real quick.
I don't even know if my shops are going to be open here in Texas by next week. That's the thing. Like, a lot of these shops are not going to be open. So not sure what is going to happen with those pre-orders. Interesting. I don't think none of us know how this is going to go down. You know, I think it was earlier today when we found out that DC was going to be doing this. Yes, that's the X-Force run before the Apocalypse run. That's a dope cover.
Oh, my bad. I'm almost done. I'm gonna just.
Garpad, I heard one of the distributor DC is going to be the company that runs DCBS.
Damn, I got hot.
You're going through that pile, man.
Yeah, Jesus.
How many people we got out here?
All right, so what you're talking? We got 7 people on here. So what are you talking about?
They're talking about how this whole distributing thing is gonna work out. Noel and Scarpad dropping some knowledge right now regarding what they think or what they've heard and how they think this is gonna go down.
Yeah, man, you gotta. I don't know. Unless I hear it from, it's either we get it straight from DC or their distributor, or they bring it to our comic book shops or whatever. But yeah, think the shops depend state by state would be different. Wow, so we're definitely not gonna get
New
it.
York ain't getting shit.
Yeah. We ain't getting anything. Oh, who's Keanu Reeves gonna play? Oh, in the Marvel universe, right? Isn't he supposed to?
There's 2 big people that Marvel has been talking to for a role: Keanu Reeves and the guy, what's his name from The Office that he played?
John Krasinski, something like that.
They've been in talks a lot with Marvel, so everybody's saying that this guy's gonna be Reed Richards, Keanu Reeves. Who do we want Keanu Reeves to be? You know, who should he play? You know, is he gonna be one of the Eternals?
Well, who can he play? I don't know who he could be. Unless he does the voice.
Could do that.
I don't know. I just think it would be looking weird if Keanu Reeves is in a costume or something.
Nah, man. If they do it right, you know what I mean? Unless he's the voice of one of the Eternals. I don't think they speak, but, you know. Oh, Keanu Reeves technically was in the MCU. He was the voice of something.
You see? Maybe. I guess it's all up in the air. May just have to get them temporarily through dubious.
I'm guessing like a random
dubious.
Who did those covers for the X-Force run? Those are badass. Yo, TK. That Uncanny X-Force run, the one that I'm always talking about. Do you have it with you? Who did those covers? Because all those covers were epic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have to go through it again. But
Oh, no, I thought
no,
you
I
had on
found
your
Kick
desk.
Ass. I got Kick Ass here too.
Kick Ass, I collected Kick Ass and I collected Fight Club.
Did you collect this?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. All the issues and the hardcover.
Oh man, Logan.
And everybody knew it was my favorite storyline. So guess how many hardcovers I got for Christmas?
Laugh aloud. Yo, Flashpoint. Thank you for coming through. Sorry. Oh, Mark the Cuddy. Sorry. Can't stay Saturday for me. So entertaining. The kids stay safe. All right, stay safe, my brother. For some reason, every time we go live, you can never come through.
Are we worried
Flashpoint
of them distributing? What up, Flashpoint?
He bounced.
Are we worried?
Yeah, Mark. Have a great shit. Is it morning? Is it nighttime? I don't know.
He made it sound like it was morning.
Have a great day. It would be awesome if the shops can deliver new shit every week. Yeah.
Yo, but what is it that we want though?
Comics. We want comics.
We want comics, duh. But listen, do we need the actual physical comics for now, or can we just go digital for now? You know what I mean?
But my thing is, if I pay for digital, I better be able to go to my comic book shop and just pick it up for free.
I agree. No, I agree. They have to come up with some deal, because if they're asking you to pay $4.99 for a comic digital, then it should be $1.99. Or if I'm paying $5.99, okay, I'm gonna pay for this, but I want the option to pick up the physical issue at my local comic book shop. You know what I mean? Because right now they need to make some money either way, but also we want content.
Yeah, man.
Keanu Reeves needs to just play himself, interact with the MCU. Imagine that. Keanu Reeves, or maybe Keanu Reeves is the new Stan Lee. They comes in and a cameo each of the episodes. I mean, the movies coming out in the MCU.
That would be crazy. I don't know. I mean, who can he play though?
Maybe he'll be the new Ghost Rider. You know who Keanu Reeves could play? Think about this. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But picture this. Keanu Reeves as Mephisto.
Flashpoint, what's up? What he said as Mephisto?
What's
yeah.
up, dude?
You see, that could happen.
No, dude,
Mephisto.
Keanu Reeves should have played Ghost Rider. Let's be real here.
Who you want? Nicolas Cage back?
Nah, dude, no. I'm saying they should reboot Ghost Rider and make it Keanu Reeves.
So Keanu Reeves as Ghost Rider, but rebooted.
Yes, exactly. No, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I like that idea. Because TK wants Nicolas Cage to come back as Ghost Rider.
No. I was kidding. Don't lie.
Nick Cage wasn't bad as Ghost Rider. I think
wasn't.
the writing is what really screwed him on that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I love those movies, but I definitely think that the writing could have been 10 times better.
Yeah,
and I think it's just kind of like, for me, it's kind of like Green Lantern. Green Lantern, the writing was so shit that it just ruined the movie completely.
And Green Lantern,
you collect any X-Men trades or omnibus? I do not. I mean, do I? I think I do collect them if it's stories, because I have House of M. I think I have Schism. I had that both in trades, but nah, man, I don't know. I always wanted to get invested in like a trade paperback or more trades, or at least an omnibus, because they have like full runs.
TK, you know what we need to do? TK?
We need to become superheroes.
Once the economy gets back to normal, we need to open up our own comic book shop.
Yo, let's do it, yo. What are we gonna call it? Bacon, egg, and cheese comics.
And we're gonna do it right in the hood, and hopefully nobody steals our stuff.
Oh god, yo, run your comics. If we go digital now, it would be digital forever. That's a scary thing, and that's what I've been thinking. Like, yo, if people get used to digital.
But let me tell you why it's not digital forever, though.
That's not even true, though, because DC does that thing where you can pay for like the app, and you can go read all the DC comic books. And I pay for the DC app. I'm a DC fan. I can read all of like the Justice League bullshit that I want without having to buy the trades that I don't want, buy the books.
See,
you
You see?
Yeah,
That's what I've been trying to tell people.
being
Like,
ganged up by the digital community.
Dude, Diamond is coming back in
ganged up
May,
by
dude. I don't know why people are freaking the fuck out. They just announced that they're gonna start reshipping new books in May. It's 1 more month.
I mean, let's see how that goes, because we don't even know how that goes. They could say whatever, but then the whole process is crazy.
But here's
dude,
the other
because
thing,
dude, everybody. So this is the whole thing is so politics aside, which is involved in this. Everybody's freaking the fuck out because our economy is tanking. Mm-hmm. So, dude, we're gonna be, as Americans, we're gonna be fucking stupid and open up the country way before this is over.
Yep,
so I guarantee you, we'll get a month or two of solid books. Then COVID-19 is gonna skyrocket again, and then we're gonna close down again. So we're gonna at least get a couple months of books.
I agree. See, look at that. I like this guy. Follow me on Do Talking Comics. Let's be friends.
I agree. Like disagree. No, imagine.
No.
Yeah. No, I agree
100% with what he's saying. And to answer Rosie's question, if we go digital now, we'll go digital forever. I don't think that's going to happen because that was the fear with newspapers. And they said that 5 years ago, and they still have newspapers in all the bodegas in the corner.
Yeah, but
how many newspapers are dying, though? Newspapers are terrible.
How many newspapers are being printed comparing it to comics?
Well, yeah, but people don't invest in newspapers, though. We wouldn't, like me as a community, so I have a huge collection. There's no way in hell. Like, yeah, I may buy digital just because I'm like, oh, I don't really like the new run of Justice League. So, that's why I buy the DC app because I'm like, well, I'm not really into it. Let me keep up with it, though, so I can read it digitally. So, like, oh, hey, I really liked how they did X or Y. So then I can be like, oh, well, I want to pick up those books instead of going and spending $5 a book on crap that I'm going to be like, oh, I hate this.
That's what I do, TK. And that's what people are like, oh, you're not supporting comics. No, that's what I'm doing. I'll spend it if it's worth it. You know what I mean? But if not, then I just paid this amount. And if the storyline is whack, I'm good.
But is it worth it to spend $4 on an app for a book you don't have that's digital?
Yeah. So for example,
see, I would go digital. Like, I would have no problem with digital if they cut the price in half. Like, if it's $2 for the book. Because right now I'm getting $4 and I'm getting the physical copy of a book to see the print in hand, to have it in my hand. But if I was to go digital, I would want at least $2 taken off of the book because I'm not ever going to have it ever.
So, but think of it like this, though. So, like facsimiles. So, say they made a Marvel and DC app where you can get like Hulk 181 and stuff like that. Like, so you can read and you technically own those, it would never be worth anything because it's digital, but you have a spot, I wouldn't pay $4.99 per book. There's no fucking way. There's no way that I'd be like, oh, I have to pay $4.99 a book for digital. No. But if they do an app like where they're like, hey, you get access to all of these digitally like uploaded books, then yeah, $5 a month is worth it because you get to keep up on what you want. If you can get access to the older books, like, oh, I want to read Detective Comics #5, and they scanned it in.
Well, yeah, that's definitely worth it. Obviously, $5 for those books a month, $5 for the app itself a month. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I'm just saying if I had to purchase a book like let's say whatever book I just got here, right, the Transformers Terminator, and I pay $4 in person for the book, and now I have the book. But if I go online and if I had digital copy, I would want to pay like half of that, if anything. But if we go the route that you pay monthly and you pay only like $5 and you get all these books, of course, that's a great deal. That's an amazing deal. Perry,
that's what they're gonna do. There's no way. I highly doubt that they're gonna be, because like I said, the DC app's already doing it and you get access to the whole thing. There's no way that any company is gonna be like, oh, well, you have to pay per book. And I'm just saying, if you paid $4 for that Transformers book, you paid $4 too much. You should have got that shit in the 50-cent bin. So you already paid too much.
Yeah, you right.
Yes.
Yo, Perry, what's up?
I missed the conversation. I just jumped in. What are we talking about?
We're talking about love.
We're talking about, well, half of the video is me by myself while TK is in his comic book bag.
Yo, they wanted me to go through my comic book box. They wanted to see books.
I'm trying to figure out what to talk about.
I didn't even know TK owned books.
I'm out. Peace.
We're talking with Flashpoint Comics about the positive and the negative of going digital.
No cap, print ain't going nowhere.
Yo, why you using that word now? Now that we play Call of Duty, now you're using no cap, yo.
I don't think so. The thing with comic books, though, so you can't really compare it to newspapers because, see, newspapers, so it's different because newspapers, yeah, like if you're getting the news, like you get like, dude, I have an iPhone. I get 30 alerts a day. Oh, breaking news. So I don't need to buy a newspaper. With comic books, though, comic books are an investment depending on who you are. So for like me, I have tons of old Flash books and stuff like that. I'm not going to be like, yeah, let's just do it digitally. There's no way in hell that I'm going to risk losing my investment in books because of digital. I think I like digital, though, because I feel like there's a lot of good in digital, because if there's a monthly subscription and you don't have to pay per book, you know, how many books are there that you want to read, but when you go to your LCS, you're like, damn, I really don't want to spend the $4 because, you know, I heard the story was ass, but some people love the story. I'm like,
So then we get that at that point, you should give him the opportunity to be, you know what, I'm not going to purchase the book. I'll just purchase it digitally for cheap.
Is this similar to what WWE is doing right now with their app?
Perry's raising his hand because of your mic, Mo.
I'm hella polite, TK. What you mean?
No, he hears me. Like the WWE app. All right, you know, with wrestling, they had a pay-per-view which was $60, and they used to have a pay-per-view every other month. $60. The WWE app is just $10 a month, and you have access to all the pay-per-views and all of their library of previously of all their history. So is that what you're trying to say though, Flashpoint? Like
Yeah, exactly. Because so this is the thing though. So as a collector, I mean, I don't know how you guys collect, but you know,
digital.
For me, I'm way into the older stuff. I like a lot of the new modern DC stuff. Some of even the Marvel stuff, really, but I'm more of a DC guy. But for me, I'm all about the old stuff. And if there's a way that I can preserve my comic books and not like, oh, let's see, my Flash number 27. I don't want to open that and try and read it. You know what I mean? I want to keep that as pristine because that's an investment. So if I
see what you're saying.
If I can pay $10 for an app and be like, oh, now I can read the entire Flash Series 1 Golden Age up to Rebirth and have all of that for $5, $10. I'd even pay $20 a month, honestly, if they gave me, you know, I'd pay $10 per publisher. Like 10, I mean, I won't pay for indies. I think a lot of indies are trash, but like I'd pay $10.
All right, let me get through the chat real quick. Keanu Reeves as Mephisto 100%. Yeah, man, I could see Keanu Reeves playing Mephisto.
Remember, most said it first. Keanu Reeves as Mephisto.
I mean, I wouldn't say most said it. I would, you know.
Remember, dudes talking comics said it first.
I would say we said it. You know.
Okay. What?
Nah. You said it first. Keanu Reeves as an awesome Gambit. Like his own trilogy of only Gambit story. How do you feel like Gambit having his own story?
Gambit is a cool character that should have had his own movie a while ago.
You think
it was supposed to be this guy, the dancer from 21.
No. Oh, Tatum?
I know Channing Tatum.
Dude, Gambit doesn't have enough to run his own story, though. I really don't think so. Like a movie, possibly.
Really? You think Gambit? Look, Madam Web is getting a movie.
Yeah, is that confirmed?
From Sony, yeah. Madam Web is getting.
But I heard that's a necessity. To fuse.
Okay, but what do we know about Madam Web? Dick. Universe. We know a little bit of bullshit from a TV show, and a handful of her apperisses in side stories.
Beyonder.
Yeah, she mamando piña with the Beyonder. Dude, all right, just to chime in on the discussion. Number one, indies are fucking awesome, dude, and they had the majority of best reads last year. Secondly, why are we comparing comic books to newspapers? Why aren't we comparing them to actual books that should have been gone 30, 40, 50 years? Like books, who the fuck is... Like people go every day and actually read real books at bookstores all across the country. And they're being published like crazy. And people are buying them like crazy. And they don't have nearly as much as a collectible value as comic books. So just going off physical copies for books are not going anywhere.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yo, Perry win it.
Yo, we're trying to say.
Because it's fact.
No cap.
Somebody put in the comments. Okay. If we go digital now, we're gonna go digital forever. I was trying to say, and what we were trying to say is like, well, if that's the case, then newspapers and books would have been gone years ago.
Of course.
You know, that's what we're trying to say. But also, what Flashpoint Comics is saying though is like, yo, if these apps come out with $20 a month of unlimited comic books, that's the way to go. But also you have the option to buy it physically too. That's why I was comparing it to WWE, that we were paying $60. Do the math. As a big wrestling fan, wrestling fan, I know. But $60 every other month, $60 for a pay-per-view. Now I'm paying $10 a month, and I could watch all the people, even if it sucks. I only pay $10, you know. So that's what he's saying, that could be the next option.
Yeah, but what happens to all the variants?
Dude, okay. So this is so I'm one of the few people that believe that variants. So I have a very conflicted view with variants. I love variants and I try to collect them, but I do think they're damaging to the community because I'm like, so it's like, so the prime example is like, so Wolverine #1. I got 10 of those C2E2 exclusive banana variants. Like,
why you got 10 of those?
Because, dude, I paid.
Drop money.
I made over $150 a book on those.
Okay.
So variants are good for if you're trying to flip, but you know, and they have cool art. But for me, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend. So like when I go to the comic book store, and I'm looking like, oh, the new Flash or 752 came out, or 750, and there's like 10 variants. I'm like, you know what? I'll pick up one of them, but I want the normal cover because for me, I'm like, yes, I like the appeal of the nice covers, but I'm like, for me, it's like it's not about trying to collect the flashy variants. I'm just trying to get a good fucking read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the thing is, all right. So you see, my side of it is like I do like going to the comic book shop and I pick up the book, and let's say like the next Batman book, whatever. I do like looking at the book and being like, you know, is this the only choice I have? And then actually seeing another book with a cool artist or my favorite artist. Like sometimes I don't see Jim Lee for a while, and then I'd be like, oh man, I hope he does like a cover appearance or whatever, or his thing. And then he'll drop one, and I'd be like, ooh, I want to pick that one up. It has that variant. I love the cover. I'm liking the book. I'm not saying let's drop like 20 variants at once, but I'm just saying I like the option of having different covers to choose from.
Well, and that's nice. I agree. But for me, the big problem that I'm having with comic books lately is that I feel like so indies, you know what, Perry, I will give you. You know what, indies do have some of the best reads. I will agree. I'm not a huge fan, and I think the indie genre as a whole is terrible. But I agree, some of the best reads of the year.
What is it that you have a problem with indie then? Why is
because
it?
I think indies are cool because it's like here are individuals expressing their own stories. I think that's the coolest thing in the world.
I agree, and I like that aspect of it. But for me, I just feel like it's recycled material, and like Chew.
You mean like Marvel talking about the same Spider-Man, Batman, the same fucking characters since they came out? What do you mean?
Hey Perry, respect, all right?
Look. What was the biggest the biggest comic of last year? X-Men, Carnage. The same shit we've been getting for fucking years, dude. That's recycled content. The only difference is a different writer, and it's the same fucking type of art, just a different name on the shit. I like. Look, I just picked up Folklords. You pick up Saga, Savage Bastards, God Country. There's so many unique individual stories that only come out of indies. Not Marvel.
And I agree. Like Chew, and I agree. Like, dude, honestly, Carnage. I think Carnage is one of the worst villains that Spider-Man has ever had. I mean, Carnage's ass. Like, I hate Harley Quinn. Like,
Carnage is crazy cool. I mean, it's one of the greatest Spider-Man stories. Is Maximum Carnage, though.
Dude,
of all time, though.
No, I disagree, dude. Because this is the whole thing. So you're gonna tell me. So
let's look at Maximum Carnage is not one of the greatest Spider-Man stories ever told.
Well, yeah, maybe one of the greatest stories, but Carnage as a whole is a shitty villain.
Let's hear him out though, because listen, guys, this is a good debate though. All of us.
Yeah, he said Carnage is a shitty villain.
I want to hear why though, because
that is curious.
Some facts though. Let's
of course. So all right, wait. Let me get through the chat real quick because I feel like we're
go through the chat. Let's hear out.
Well, my sister's here. She's like, I can Google my news.
Got him.
Yeah. Like, you're a Perry, no cap. Look, both people I was playing Call of Duty with, and they both suck. What else we got? We got WWE shit can't have their wrestlers.
Yo,
is that true, Mo?
Like mad wrestlers a few days ago.
I got something in my eye, dude.
You just Perry.
Call of Duty on PS4 or Xbox?
That's crossplay.
Oh, never
mind. Did you just say indies are trash? Yeah, I don't. You know, I like reading indies in independents because usually their runs don't go for long, and usually the runs that do is because they're doing a really good job. So I like reading like 6 mini series from indies because that's how they usually publish their stuff. And I've been falling into it. Like I used to read it back in the late 90s. Like I used to read that, but then I fell off, and then I was like, all right, I'm just sticking with Marvel and DC because money was tight. But then I started jumping back on, and a lot of people in the community just put me on all these new independent titles, and it's great. And I love how they just finish after six things. They get to the point, they hit the climax, and then they come to the conclusion in like six stories.
And they don't got 30 tie-ins.
Yeah. And with Marvel, the shops have to order like 1 million copies of a comic that probably will not sell just to get one variant that will sell.
Yo, it's facts.
Tell him to stop. Flashpoint is trying to fight me today.
Throw some hands.
Yo, but this is what's good about the show.
I got to stop picking up a lot of indies a while back because I could never finish a run because they would cancel them before they could. So I just fell off. I mean, from what I've been reading in Independence, they continue the run and they will end it. And like even Join the Future, I have a button here, and I thought that had a great start to it. So, and I got a button for it. But all right, continue.
It's funny because
real quick, just so we're all in order. Because again, I would love everybody that's listening too. I would love for everybody to voice out their opinion. So let's do it like this. Let's hear Flashpoint's point of view regarding Carnage. Let's hear Perry. Then to me. Then to TK.
It's like an S. It's like an S.
Yeah, it's like backwards S.
Backwards S.
For keeping me on dead air for so long.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to hear.
So Flashpoint, drop your knowledge regarding.
Okay, so I was on Rob Hurst's channel. I joined his channel for his like worst comic book here villains. You know, we do a bunch of stuff on Wednesday nights. So this is my opinion here. So when you look at Venom was one of the greatest things to come out of Spider-Man. I love Venom in his spin-off, like his solo stuff, way more than I loved Venom in Spider-Man. So you have Venom. He comes out. It's phenomenal. You know, Venom was one of a great anti-hero. He was just great all around. So then Marvel is like, oh, what are we supposed to do? So, we're running out of villain ideas. We can't keep using Rhino, Kingpin. So, we're going to make it so that these symbiotes reproduce asexually, which is fine, science, whatever. Okay, I'm okay with that. But you're going to tell me that, but we have to make him better than Venom. So how are we going to make him better by Venom? So by some weird fucked up science that when symbiotes reproduce, I can't remember the exact math they said, but it's something like 10 times stronger than the parent symbiote, if I remember correctly. I can't, don't quote me on that. I think it was 10 or 12 times stronger. How in the hell are you going to tell me that makes good story writing? I'm not saying Maximum Carnage wasn't like a good Spider-Man story, because, you know what? I have 5 whole sets of that run. It's probably the only Spider-Man run that I will ever collect. You know, but like Carnage as a whole, like Cletus Cassidy, okay, you know what I mean? Because like Venom took on like with Eddie Brock and had a bond and everything, and so Cletus Cassidy, I can kind of understand that. But like it was literally, I feel like they basically took Carnage and made him what Venom should have been. Like I feel like Venom should have been the crazy kind of, because he had the hatred for Peter Parker. His whole goal was to get revenge because Peter abandoned him, rejected him. So Carnage was just like it was just a complete flop for me, you know. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but fuck it, I'm not here to make friends. So
if we're all agreeing to everything, then this shit would be whack. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's his opinion on Carnage. Right?
Yo, Perry, come back strong, my boy. Nah.
Perry, what are your thoughts on what he said? Which I understand what he said, because I have my own opinion regarding what he just said. But Perry, go ahead. What drop what you want to drop? No cap.
Drop it like it's hot.
I think that Carnage, number one, it's like, all right, what if Carnage would have came before Venom? You would think that was the dopest shit in the world, because that's the first time you're seeing something of that nature, which is why Venom was so fucking cool. Now we're just getting another iteration, more or less, of Venom, so it's not as cool. Yeah. I could see that point of view, but I still think looking at Carnage, looking at stories that I read, seeing his introduction, I can't see anything wrong with Carnage or seeing him as a shitty villain.
I think what he
it's good, Count. Thank you for coming through.
Maybe,
my bad, Mo.
So my thing was, you done, Perry, or you have something else you want to say?
No.
Carnage, the character, to me was dope, because here we go with Venom, right? But now we get a more like psychotic version of Venom. and we get that with Carnage.
Crazy.
We get a psychotic, because remember, Venom was fighting with himself, good and bad. Most of his hatred was toward Peter Parker. You know what I mean? And then he kind of found a little bit of himself, like kind of like, let it go. I still hate this motherfucker, but I'm still gonna. And then he became like an anti-hero towards the end. Now we got somebody who has the symbiote, and he's a bad motherfucker who is psychotic, and he's like, wow, I got these powers. He's like Joker in a way. He has no morals. So we thought that was pretty cool. The whole thing of what Flashpoint said, from what we found out, especially when me and TK back in the day, when we were reviewing Venomized, every new host, or anytime with these symbiotes, they go to a new host, and it becomes a new symbiote, they become stronger. Something like that. I can see why Flashpoint thinks that's kind of like corny too. You know what I mean? Venom is good for what he is. But though Carnage is to me is not even near what Venom is. He's his own villain, psychotic as fuck, scary to the point. You know what I mean? Scary to the point that he went to Central Park and Maximum Carnage and just started randomly killing people just cause with Shriek. So that was my whole point with Maximum Carnage. My other point is regarding the prints and regarding digital. It also depends what kind of comic book fan you are. I'm not a collector.
The different markets.
Yeah, I'm not a collector. I'm a huge comic book fan. I'm new to YouTube, and I'm new to the whole comic book thing. I'm a big fan of good storylines. Me, I'm not a collector or a seller, so I don't necessarily need the physical unless it's a great storyline that I need to have as a collection for personal reasons. So digital to me, I could go either way. I'm down with digital, so it doesn't really matter to me. But for you guys that are sellers and collectors, I understand why you would want it to stay the way it is. DK.
Well, you practically said everything I was gonna say, but no, I definitely agree. But the thing is, when it comes to Venom is definitely different from Carnage. That's the thing. That's what gets me. So it's not like they redoing the same character. It's like he has his own backup story. He's psychotic. He's way crazier than Venom. And if you thought Venom was bad, look what we got. Boom. And what I firmly believe is that they should have stayed there. Not trying to say like, because it broke off into so many symbiotes. There's anti-Venom, all of these other. That's the thing. That's where I'm at.
But you can say that about almost anybody. Look, you can say that about the whole Bat family.
Yeah. No.
And that about any family in comic books that are
and
popular,
that's another issue that I had with Batman as well. It's like, yo, you just had these 4 Robins. You had Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne, and now we're breaking into some other thing. And then we had McGinnis, Batman Beyond. But the thing is that
all dope.
What is that? You praying to?
I don't want to interrupt you. Who's the biggest culprit of what you're talking about? Regarding, it seems like they can't make their own villains. That it always has to be coming out from the damn Speed Force.
Oh yeah.
All his villains are.
Yeah. So this is a trend that we see and that I have a problem with. It's like, yo, I guess it gets to the point. It's like, yo, I guess we can't write any more stories on this guy. Let's create another symbiote and stuff like that. But the thing was, with Venom to Carnage, I felt that it was cool. And I was like, oh man, we got to break up. This guy's crazy. Now the symbiote is attaching to some psychotic being that's just like the Joker, but different in his aspect. And he's just going around killing people. And then even that story between Deadpool and versus Carnage, that was sick too.
Yeah, Deadpool versus
and he was doing some crazy stuff and his mindset and everything. So, I had no problem with Carnage, and I think Carnage is a cool character to have in Marvel, but I think it should have stopped there. But again, I also didn't go into other symbiotes. Like I know Anti-Venom, I know a few more, but I didn't read into all the other ones. So maybe they do have cool stories, and maybe I'm just falling behind, and maybe they're actually cool characters. But I think having Venom and Carnage is starting to stop that Carnage for me. But yeah, let me go through this real quick.
Well, hold on.
It's only because it's all the knowledge of the last post. Two Brother Comics, Perry's on what? I'm leaving. Wow, there goes everybody. Hey, Stephanie Brown, Karen Kelly. Flash stories suck ass. That's chronic. They're always someone.
Two brothers, I got one coming out before you.
Tell me that's not true though. It's true though.
My name is Barry Allen. And I'm the best.
I tried watching his TV show. All he does is whine in that show.
My name is Barry Allen.
Dude, the show was shit.
The show is good in season 1. After that, it is.
I love it again.
Cringy.
Yo, better. The fighting scenes were good though.
The what?
The fighting scenes, like the special effects.
Can you guys hear me?
I don't know if I could
CW,
do it. I'm not down with that. How are you a superhero like that?
The graphics were okay. But the first season of Flash, maybe season 2 was cool, but then the story kept repeating itself over and over. I'm not the fastest. I have to save my girlfriend. I got to go to the future.
Ooh, that's cool, Tori.
Man. Flashpoint, though. Best storyline ever. I honestly have 75 out of 130 Carnage appearances in the Marvel universe. Yo, Carnage is a bad motherfucker.
Hey, is there a way to find out how? Is there a way to find out how many times a character appeared in a series?
I think
okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, you were breaking up a bit. But we hear him. All right, we can't see you though. We can hear.
Okay, so let me say this: not all of the Flash's villains come from the fucking Speed Force, for one.
Oh, I forgot Mo. He's a big Flash, obviously. Flash.
Well, yeah.
So and two,
same type of force.
So the Flash series was good up until season 3. You cannot tell me that Zoom, like, if you're a real Flash fan and the way that they did Zoom in the series, if you cannot tell me that you did not enjoy that Zoom, then I don't know, you have a poor taste in TV.
Well, the guy,
okay.
Like, that's what I'm telling you. Season 1, 2, they were dope, and then it just got repetitive.
Thing is that we got Reverse Flash, we got Zoom, we had Professor whatever. Then we had the
one from the future,
one from the future, one from the past. Yeah, it was a lot of Flash. Then you got Kid Flash coming in. Then you got the Girl Flash. Let me see, bro. We got a whole video coming out about Lethal Protectors and on the Symbiotes 8-page script. Laugh a lot. Damn, that's cool. I can't wait to see that. Got to check that one out. I'll be watching for sure too, brothers. Yeah. I was watching Age of Ultron right now. Dope so far. Yeah, Age of Ultron is an underrated movie, and I was talking to you about that, Mo, and I brought it up.
Yeah.
And that movie is good. I can't wait until Perry sees it because when I first saw it, I was like,
Bro.
But then I saw it again on this Disney app, and I was like, yo, it was official.
I saw it again too, and I liked it better than the first time, especially after watching Black Panther and all the little Easter eggs that they had there. It's not as bad as people make it sound to me.
Dude, I've never seen Age of Ultron. The only DC or Marvel movies I've seen, I think I've seen all of the Avengers and then the second Thor movie, Thor Ragnarok. I don't know what Thor that was.
That's the third one. That's a weird order to watch your movies, though. I agree, Mo. The Flash, only the first season was good, but it's also CW. Yeah, that's true. CW.
Rosie and TK, remember what I said? The Flash, Arrow, and CW, those were dope the first 2 seasons. But then when I went to Netflix and I saw all these Marvel shows, I couldn't go back to CW because it looked like I was watching cartoons for children.
Dude, the Marvel shows were so worse. Are you telling me? Are you joking?
What?
Punisher was crazy, dude.
Dude, Punisher was good. So
bro, CW made Marvel shows and Netflix made DC shows. That's what it looked to me in reverse. I was like, damn, the Netflix series, the Daredevil shit, everything went dark and real, and that's how I like it. And then CW is like Arrow is just, it got to the point. It's like, yo, why are you talking about the island? I don't care what you're doing at the island. For like
the island is like the Speed Force and Flash.
Yeah, no, I agree. Dude, I never finished the Arrow because the Arrow got ridiculous. I've only watched the first 3 seasons of the Flash and then the part of season 4 because it got repetitive. It's basically like, oh, I have a secret. I'm not going to tell you. They find out. We fix the problem, and then I promise you, I won't have a secret anymore. Oh, well, now it's time for the next person to have a secret. You know?
Yup.
No, I agree.
Yo, Weapon X, Hunter, what's up?
Yo, Flashpoint Comics. How many times in the TV show did somebody have an issue and they will always walk out the room and there was always somebody like, I'll go talk to them?
Oh, dude, somebody. Dude, it's like
I used to call it out. I used to be like, yo, watch him walk out the room and I'll go talk to them. How many? Oh my God. Yo, but what's his name? What this guy was talking about, the villain, all in black. What's it?
Oh, Zoom.
Zoom.
Dope.
Dude,
Dope,
see, and that's what I liked about it because they changed the take of Zoom because the comic books like skewed him because Zoom was basically the reverse. It was this whole like fucked up thing, but like Zoom was basically a version of the Reverse Flash from the 25th century. But like the way they did Zoom on the show was so good. Like I loved it, and I was like, dude, I didn't even give a shit that it was different from the comic books.
Yeah, I definitely I agree with you there because the way the special this is why when it comes to the Flash, I thought the special effects were on point. I thought it was crazy. Zoom with that voice box, and then with the sound effect that he has, the vibrating sound effect. Hey yo, but you know that was pretty cool. Honestly, Legends of Tomorrow is the best. Ooh,
it got whacked.
I don't know about that. It was pretty.
It got whacked during the Savitar season. That's after that it got kind of like
Savitar.
Dude, Godspeed. See, they did Godspeed dirty though because Godspeed. I felt like they were just trying to cater to people because they're like, oh, Flash Rebirth. Let's look at Flash Rebirth, and Flash Rebirth came out hard because I was pretty skeptical of them doing all the rebirths again, like with the new Batman run, everything. I was skeptical, but all of them have been so good, like the Batman and the Flash specifically. And I was so excited for Godspeed, and then when I watched what they did to the TV show, I was like, yeah, no, they totally screwed him.
Yeah, man. I don't know. As you can see, you got Godspeed, you got Zoom, you got Professor whatever, then you got Reverse Flash, you got all these speedsters, not speed forces, speedsters, and it's just like, oh man, like who's next? And then I have to hear the intro. My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive. But
the intro,
thanks a lot to brothers. Yeah, again, if you guys haven't liked the video, if you do enjoy the content we're doing and the conversations we're having, like it, you're not forced to like it, but if you do, just hit the button. You feel me? And make sure you subscribe to Deuce Talking Comics. That's where you'll see Mo over there in the top right, and it should be in the description. His link. I don't know how to drop links, so I don't know how to do that. But
y'all go on Z's auction and ask him to come in here and drop a
Yeah, that's hilarious. Cause Z's the master moderator, and that's what we go for. I feel like no one is ever in real danger in the Flash.
Ooh.
I feel like everybody's in danger in the Flash.
Yeah,
it's like you can exist. You can exist for 2 minutes and then you disappear in midair, and then another time stream would happen.
Well, see, you know what the most ridiculous thing about the Flash show was that so Flashpoint, like the actual story of Flashpoint, was so good, and they literally did a one episode for like 20 minutes on the actual Flashpoint, and I'm like, are you serious? There was so much potential, and they were like, and what pisses me off is that they used Green Arrow to merge like all of the TV shows, into continuity, and I was like, okay, Crisis on Infinite Earth, another great story, that's gonna be great, and then they just screwed it up again and again. I'm like, dude, you guys, these guys are ass. I'm not even gonna watch it anymore.
I think these shows would be different if they were all on Netflix. They would have the potential that we want. That we would have wanted, we would have been satisfied.
Yeah. See, the Flash wasn't bad though. See, I think the big problem with CW shows is that they try to throw too much in, like Batgirl. I'm like, okay, Batgirl wasn't too bad the first season and a half, and then I'm like, dude, they're just trying to cater so much to people because I'm like, are we serious? Like, we're getting a Batgirl like solo series. Where's the Robin or Nightwing? Like, I'd much rather watch a decent Nightwing series than Batgirl. Like, I don't even like the Batgirl as a character. I'm like, come on, give me Nightwing. Give me, like, the Red Hood. Give me a solo series of the Red Hood.
Imagine Red Hood on Netflix.
Ooh. See, that would probably be awesome.
Ooh, imagine they just live action the animated movie.
They could do Red Hood.
They could bite off the animated movie.
They could just do it on the DC app. Look how violent Titan Season 1 was.
That's what I'm saying. Look, this is a question we spoke about yesterday. I think it was yesterday, whenever our last episode was, or the episode before. And this is the question out there. Mo, you want to start off with your opinion on that one? Because I know you have your thing about that. What do you guys think about the upcoming Joker war?
I'm in.
I don't know what to expect because I'm still waiting for 3 Jokers.
That's coming too. It's up for pre-order already.
3 Jokers? What? When is that coming out?
Go out Midtown. They got their previews open already.
Oh, so Perry, you want to talk about that? What's going on with that?
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
I didn't know that.
But there's always been 3 Jokers. Vamos ver.
No. I'm saying what's going on with the Midtown Comics? They getting DC books. What's going on?
I have no idea. Midtown is so bad at shipping already. They're bad at shipping back issues. So for them to get books that are not coming from Diamond is I'm very curious to see how that's going to work.
Because they're doing it for what? The world?
Yeah. So basically, from my understanding of the way things are going to go, DC is trying to be a sneaky snake and get above the competition. They're trying to get away from Diamond while all this COVID-19 is happening, and they're going to be like, "Oh, well, if you're not going to distribute our books, I'm going to go do it somewhere else." But the problem with that, though, is they're saying this is going to happen. They're already running into legal trouble because they signed with Diamond. Marvel and DC have signed with Diamond. They're legally obligated to use Diamond as a distributor. So they're trying to get around it.
We don't know specifically their contract with DC and Marvel. We don't know what little subsections can say anything, or if this was to happen, where because I'm pretty sure they're like, yo, if you guys are not active,
we're unable to fulfill.
Yeah, if you're somehow not capable of doing the distributing, what can we do? What's the backup? So I'm sure something around those lines are.
Or maybe they'll still do it, even if they break contract, even if they had to pay a fine, they'll still do it just to get a leg up on Marvel. I don't see it. I mean, these guys are at each other's throat all the time.
And I agree. And the whole thing is with the Joker Wars. I've been in since Batman. Like I've been in the whole Rebirth series, so I'm super excited for the Joker Wars. The Nightwing Rebirth series is getting pretty spicy as well. So if you're into like the new Batman run, get the Nightwing run as well.
Yo, Batman all day, day. I'll write that in the chat real quick. What that means? Ready? Oh, I spelled that wrong.
We're gonna put
wrong.
The DC shit's gonna feel bad. Yeah,
isn't it YERR, not YURR?
Yeah, it's YER. I think you're.
See, and I agree with Two Brothers, dude. The DC thing is gonna fail. Like literally, Diamond has announced that they're gonna start distributing books again at the beginning of May. It's 2 fucking weeks. Excuse my language, but seriously,
I think they're not trying to. I don't think they're trying to do it to get a leg up. I think they're trying to do it to make room. I think because the books they announced that they're going to release aren't really big books.
I don't know.
So what we got?
I mean, if you look at what books were supposed to come out the week Diamond shut down, those are books people wanted. Batman 92, Strange Adventures 2. These were big books, and why aren't they being released? I think they're trying to move inventory and print and then change their whole schedule right now.
All right, we got Batman number 96 is supposed to be the debut of the Clown Hunter. Who's that? Dan Tinian is launching a lot of new characters. That's the first time I hear about that. Clown Hunter.
Clown Hunter. Hey Nick, just got done with the History of Marvel run. A lot of info.
Yo, History of Marvel. Yo, that's a underrated comic that I picked up all of them, and I was like, woo. That was it was going back in time, saying how who came about first. When did the Celestial come in? When did the gods come in? When did Captain America come in? All these different characters. And it was like I don't know how many issues it had, but it was really good. Awesome John, Ezekiel X, drop that link. I require wrenches. Got you. Dudes Talk Comics. There you go.
Yo, good looking out, bro.
He hooked it up, even though he put Dudes Talks Comics, but it's all good in the hood. DC would be good if it were Marvel. Yo, Chronic, shut your mouth, all right? Rosie was like, Rosie. Mello was like, but wait, then Netflix got Jessica Jones.
Oh,
Jessica Jones
season 1 was good. Terrible.
Jessica Jones season 1 was good. Season
Jessica
2
Jones was good to me. I liked it. I liked it better than Luke Cage. I'll tell you that right now. Once Luke Cage got shot at, right? He got shot at, and then he took a car door because it was getting too much. I don't know what was going on. I was like, yo, yeah, I don't know. But I heard season 3, right, Mo?
Second season of Luke Cage was really good.
Oh, season 2.
It was really good. I don't DC renewed that contract. Oh, I doubt DC renewed that contract with Diamond, though.
Dude, well, see, the problem with that, okay, so if we're going to talk about Diamond Distributing, so Diamond Distributing is the biggest distributor for comic books. So DC would be screwing themselves if they didn't renew their contract, because the whole thing, though, is nobody, and so the thing is, like, I've researched this a lot. There's nobody out there that's going to be able to distribute books like Diamond does. So people are gonna want their books out on Wednesday. They're gonna want their new Batman issues. They're gonna want their new, whatever DC books. There's no way that if DC is stupid enough to not renew with Diamond, they're screwing themselves.
So
I think
are we in an agreement regarding this whole thing that nothing's gonna happen because everything's gonna be a shit show, or something will happen, but it will be more delayed?
My thing is, do we want movements? Do we want things to happen?
Yeah,
if we want it bad enough, they're gonna do it, and they might fail at it. Is what I'm saying.
They won't fail if they release it in digital, because then that I understand how to hurt comic book stores. Okay,
or literally just wait the 2 freaking weeks that Diamond said they're literally gonna start redoing. So yes, they're gonna have to change their release schedule because of the COVID-19. But Diamond is literally gonna distribute books in 2 weeks. Why are we freaking out about this? Why are people?
Well, that's their plans. I don't believe anything.
Yeah, but that's like saying
yo, I'm gonna win the lottery when I go get this scratch off. I want it to happen. I want this time frame to work, but if it's we don't really know yet.
Yeah, we don't.
That's the problem.
Weapon X was like, I gave him flashbacks. He's like, hey, Devil Dog, you understand what the CEO is saying? Yes, Gunny. What? Kill. Hoorah. That's a inside joke between Marines, but it's a funny thing because, we would say to initiate, like we actually understood what he was saying. What is this? Scarpad, you dropping your own link? Is that your link, Scarpad?
Nah, man, that's the link to Picard, bro.
Is that the link to Picard? Or
oh, no.
Oh God. What else we got here? Marvel. Let me see. Marvel will smack Diamond. Can't find Flash's channel right now. It's all good, Hunter. You're doing a good job. Flash. Just hit him up. You guys could look him up, I guess. Isn't Charlie Cox Daredevil supposed to be in Spider-Man 3? So there's a rumor saying that Charlie Cox character, his Daredevil, is gonna be in the MCU.
I would love that.
Oh, we
out of all the Netflix universe characters, I would want that Daredevil in the MCU.
But does a grown-up Daredevil that's a lawyer already match with Tom Holland's high school trip?
Yes, because he's a grown-up lawyer, and he's and the kid's in high school.
In a high school, man, you was the man, homie. Season 1 of Jessica Jones was good. Yeah, a lot of people, I don't understand. I really like it. Mid-May to the end of May, they said. Yo, there's a lot of they said, who said, he said, and I don't think anything's gonna happen. Amazon could maybe be a distributor. That could be possible. I'll go for them. So yo, that would be easy, man. I mean, not easy, but I would be saying like, yo, Amazon.
Disney just buy it all, like they buying everything.
There you go. He got your link there.
So okay. So let's talk about this then. So how does everybody feel about the what is that new book? So how does everybody feel about the the Batman Rebirth from them switching writers? Do you feel like the writing is better? I don't know if you guys have read a lot of it or if you guys aren't, but like I've been following the Rebirth for Batman from the beginning up until they switched writers.
You're saying, do I think the writers is better now?
Yeah, like how do you think the writing compares to like before?
To like Tom King or before Tom King?
No, Tom King. So like Tom King's Rebirth run up until the new guy who's doing it now.
James Tynion. So a lot of people had a Tynion. I don't know how to say his name, Perry. I don't know how to say his name.
Tynion. Yeah, but how are you gonna compare someone that had 80 issues to someone who's had like 5?
Yeah, so you got a Tom King that's been in the Batman Rebirth issue for a long series for a long time. He has like
a good 50 issue run.
Huh?
He had a really good 50 issue run.
Yeah, except for the last part. The last story, everybody fell off real hard. I thought, the whole wedding. It started off with the whole wedding with Catwoman. That it started coming down. Everybody was like, "What's going on? What's this? What? She left him hanging." I was like, "Yo, she
started like this, and then it went downhill."
Yeah. And then it started going into Alfred died, which a lot of people had a problem with. And I was just like, yo, it's not the first time. Alfred died in I don't know what. But it was sad. And I understand the way he wrote it and the way he wasn't going into emotions, Batman, about Alfred. A lot of people had a problem with it. And then leading up to the very end, I don't think it was the worst, like a lot of people think. I think it was just like bad writing towards the end. Yeah, I agree with that. There's certain situations, but there's still a couple of things I did like. But other than that, it was just bad. And then going into Tinian, his run right now, which is how long he's been on it, Perry, for like a few
since 85, 86.
Yeah, so it's going good, but is it going good because he's introducing new characters? Like, but it's going good so far. I wouldn't compare them yet, though.
We'll see, but for me though, and I'm comparing them because that's exactly what I was going to say. So for me, so like Tom King, I felt like was trying to wrap up a lot of what like Batman was about, like Tom King was trying to wrap up the whole like Batman Catwoman romance. He was trying to wrap up a lot of different things that people were just like, well, why is this ending? Why this is just shitty writing? I'm like, I think people don't give Tom King a lot of credit. But I just feel like Tinian is just releasing, all he's doing is releasing new characters, and he's doing so in a way because it's bad when a book spec'd up to $30 because he was self-promoting it, like, oh, a new Joker, all of that. Like,
but I mean, it's a business. The book is one of the biggest selling books, and they're losing money like crazy. Nobody's buying it. What are you supposed to do? You have to introduce new characters. You have to throw as much spec as you can to get people lining up outside on Wednesday to get a Batman book because everyone took the fucking book off their pull list. So now they're fucking. Probably someone raced me on a live stream to get this fucking book before me. You know what I mean? Like they did the greatest fucking thing they could have did to Batman to raise sales. That DC did a smart business move.
Well, yeah, but I just feel like so. You see, I don't know. And maybe for me, I'm like, again, like I've already said, I think Harley Quinn is a terrible villain. I'm like, I don't like Harley Quinn, but I'm like,
damn, that switched up real quick. Wait, what happened? I think when I cut off, we did go Harley Quinn as the worst.
Well, but for
Harley Quinn is overrated. That's the thing.
Well, but what I'm saying though is that like, we go from Harley
Birds
Quinn,
of Prey though, yo.
But like for me, it's like so Tinian's releasing Punchline. Like Punchline is basically going to be the Harley Quinn, like Joker's new girlfriend, whatever.
We don't know.
Yeah, we honestly don't know. That's
she could be dead in 5 issues.
What Punchline is going to be?
That's what the spec is.
What they want Punchline to be. We don't know who she's going to be. We don't know how long she's going to last. We don't know what the character is, and that's what I was saying. It's like. A lot of people is like, yeah, everybody's getting the first appearance of Punchline, but she sucks and everything. I was like, no, I'm not praising Punchline, but I'm not down. I'm not bringing her down just because I don't know who the character is whatsoever.
Hey, if you want fresh stories, if you want fresh stories and fresh ideas, read independent books.
Yo, you know what character used to get shitted on because they were a new character that Marvel was pushing on us and became a fucking icon?
Who's that?
Sentry?
Deadpool?
Remember, Deadpool was I
don't know who the fuck buys Deadpool books.
Yeah, Deadpool the character, and he's become a huge guy in comics. Deadpool back in the early 90s or whatever.
90s, yeah.
He was a ripoff of Deathstroke, and it was purposely made that way, and people used to shit on it, and then it became huge. The character himself.
Yeah.
What about Robert Pattinson as Batman?
I can't wait.
I'm down
for it.
Dude, I still like Batfleck. I don't know why.
I still like Twilight.
I still like Daredevil Batfleck.
Yo, Twilight was good. I like Sparkly Man.
I'm a huge fan of Batfleck. To me, it was the best Batman.
Nah, dude. Christopher Nolan's Batman was good too. Like,
yeah.
I think they were good in different ways.
I wanted a badass motherfucker who would come in and beat people. That was Batfleck.
Rob would argue he is
original. Oh man, DC is supposedly distributing their comics through Midtown soon. My guess is Diamond will become.
But check this out. DC is distributing Daphne Bryant, The Dreaming, Batman Giant, Batman and the Outsiders, The Flash, The Green Lantern Season 2, Hawkman 33, House of Whispers, Joker, Harley Criminal, Harley Quinn, Justice League Odyssey, Lois Lane, Metal Man. None of their big books that were supposed to come out in April are being released. So that just makes me feel like they printed all these books and they need to move them. And they're trying to move those books so when everything opens up and everything's back on normal, they can release their regular schedule, bigger books. That's what it looks like to me.
On the DC Daily Show interview, Tom King basically said he didn't originally intend to kill Alfred, but DC wanted something big to happen and to keep him dead. It makes sense. You know what? Honestly, we don't know what happens behind doors. We could have this perfectly great writer come up with a story, and then DC look at him like, nah, you got to change that.
Yeah.
Dude, DC ruined Tom King's run. Like, let's be real here. If you're gonna tell me that Tom King's run up before, like it was good at the beginning, super good. It was fantastic, dude. The DC kill, like I feel like DC killed fucking Tom King's run. Like, there's no way.
They meddle in things.
You know,
which
it's
is
just
another
like
reason why I like indie. Just saying.
Well, it's just like Marvel. Do you like Marvel? Like Ant-Man. You know what? I love the new Ant-Man run. I love the Donny Cates Thor run. Like, dude, I hate Thor. I hate everything about Thor, but I love the Donny Cates Thor run.
Damn, how you hate everything about Thor?
Right, that's the current one right now. Yeah, it's a dope storyline.
But like, there's good stories. But like, what I'm saying though is, so Donny Cates is known. So Donny Cates is similar. Like, I like Donny Cates about as much as I like Tom King. And Donny Cates is at this point where it seems like every one of the books that he writes is really good for the first like 8 or 10 issues, and then it falls off.
Isn't Tom, who's working on Strange Adventures?
Tom King,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Independent book right there. Should pick it up. It had a good first book.
Oh, actually, I did. I got the variant. I did get the variant of Strange Adventures.
It was great. Yeah. I want the next issue already. I'm pissed off.
That DC shit is going to work. They're dividing the country into 2 with 3 distributors. That's going to work, brothers.
I don't think
that's what we have.
I don't know. 1, 2, Kevin, what's up, man? Thank you for coming through. Marvel will file a suit to, I'm sure, because they can afford it. But I think we will see some indies companies go under and possibly Diamond. I mean, again, we don't know what the fine print is on their contracts. So it's like, what if they can't sue? What are they going to sue for? If it says on the contract, I mean, they still can. But Punchline spits, hardly swallowed. Hey, yo. Rob Watson would argue he is original. Oh, God. Twilight was great. Yeah, look, my sister coming through. Yep, Mellow.
Facts.
How long are you going, TK? I'm going until the night takes us. Now, what we at? 2 hours and 36 minutes. We'll probably push it a little bit more. We wanted to do this one just a little longer, right? Hey. Longer than usual. And because we won't be back until probably like Monday, Tuesday kind of. Yeah, so all 12 people that joined us, you know, you gotta wait.
We're gonna go in the weekend and battle Corona.
Yeah, we're going to war. We haven't seen Punchline yet. Laugh my ass off. Only like 4 panels. How do we know if we're going to like her Tinian killing it right now? Yeah, you know, we don't know who Punchline is or what she's about. So I can't say I like her and I can't say I dislike her. That's about it. I can't say whatsoever. Give me a first story. Give me a Maximum Carnage kind of story. Give me like that first story coming in, and then I'll give you my opinion on that. But other than that, can't talk right now. Bubs Comics, what's up, man? Thank you for coming through. Not the first time Alfred has died. Yep, I told DC killed him off in the 60s and only brought him back because he was popular on the TV show. Yes, he did. And a lot of people didn't complain at that time. Well, obviously, a lot of people weren't reading like we are. Yeah, that was during the deal. I almost read that wrong.
That's either Didio or Dadio. Or
era. We haven't really experienced the post DC era yet. Hopefully less corporate interference and creative. Yeah, man. I feel bad because now that I think of it, I never thought of it as in like the publishers like telling the writers like, hey, change that up. Hey, do this. Hey, we don't like that. And then it all falls back to the writer because his name is on the book. So we're like, yo, man, Tom King killed it. He's the worst writer. I'm dropping Batman forever.
On our chat room, I went on a rant regarding the whole Wonder Woman, Catwoman wedding, what happened. I was like, what the fuck? I brought this power book and this is what happened. Bullshit.
I have a question. Can someone explain to me why everyone hates Diamond?
Diamond?
I can't.
Maybe because
I don't follow none of that.
Because they're a monopoly?
So I don't follow none of that, so 2K, you would have to.
Maybe because it looks like a greedy company that just took over and it's like, I'm the only one that could distribute your books kind of thing.
They did that to save your local comic shop, though. So I don't.
A lot of people. It's just a lot of people are misinformed or just don't know what's going on. Again, I don't know what's going on, so I can't formulate an opinion about who or what. But I'm speculating that's why you know.
If you talk to shop owners who have been around since the 80s and they've experienced the 80s, the crash of the 90s and the 2000s, and actually have a wide range of business in that field, they'll tell you that Diamond saved them. They cut all their expenses by eliminating all the other distributors they had to pay. Comic book shops don't make a lot of money. You guys are talking about starting a shop. You should call it "How Not to Lose," or "Let's Try Not to Lose Money."
I definitely know that. When I was in California, the comic book shop owner, he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, I lived right on that couch for like the first 6 months."
Yeah.
In his comic book shop, he said,
every shop I know now is taking out loans. Every shop I know right now is taking out loans because they're on a weekly basis. They're on a week to week.
Yeah, that's sad. You know,
yeah,
I mean, what else sad? That sound came back.
Sorry.
Yo.
Was it me?
No, it's
TK. We know it's TK.
Yeah.
That big old girthy mic.
I don't know what it is.
I just got my mic too. It's connected. You ready? Check it out. Yo. What's going on? Never mind.
Oh man, look who's in the house. Thank you for joining us.
The king is here.
Cheers to everybody.
Ooh.
Yo, this guy left?
Yeah, he's not in the back. I don't know where he went. He probably disconnected. That was my cheers. Damn, John, have you been hearing, John? I don't know if you've been hearing, but there's a lot of topics we've been covering.
I just heard Perry talking about Diamond, and I will say, in defense of people shitting on Diamond, I will say, like, I know that part of the problem has been that over the years, because they have a monopoly, it has seemed in some cases that they don't give a shit about how they ship the books, and that LCSs have been reporting and dealing with damaged books constantly. Like every single week, my LCS has damaged books. Which is kind of one of those things that people feel like, because there's no competition, Diamond says, I don't give a fuck if you get some damaged books. Who cares?
But that should be their position, because they're not comic book shops. They're not comic book makers. They're the guy in the middle going, grab it here, put it here, grab it here.
Don't you think if they can't do that job well and they're in a monopoly, that kind of fucks everybody?
I guess. I mean, if shops get their books damaged, all they have to do is rip the cover off and send it back, and they'll get their money back. But shops don't do that, so then they complain.
What happens? No, but what happens?
They put the books on the shelf, and they're like,
Perry, what's worse is if they do rip it and send it back and get their money, they lose the customer who's like, "Fuck, I never get my books at this shop because they're always fucking damaged."
Well, what about the printing errors then? Are we going to blame the printers?
I think we should blame anybody who fucks up.
I mean, I guess, but I mean, there's so many different factors. I don't know.
I just feel like monopolies are going to be bad for everybody, and in general, I feel like they breed laziness. And like, why should I work harder? I'm going to get their money anyway.
I'm all about competition, but
and so I think that's the fundamental flaw is Diamond, because they're a monopoly. They're not working to make their boxes are just basic flat shitty boxes, and they just throw the books in and send them. But boxes get wet. Boxes.
You can go
get
on YouTube right now and type in Diamond Distributor and look at the people that work there. They don't give a fuck, dude.
No, they don't care at all.
They're the fucking guys who are like, oh shit, I got fired from McDonald's. Hey, y'all hiring? Like, it's the same shit. Like, it's just another job. It's like, let me grab this.
Now, I don't hate them. I'm glad that they're putting in the effort. I'm glad that there's things that they're doing. I just wish there was a little bit of effort on their part that said, yeah, we can do better. We're working on better boxes. We're working on better shipping. We're working on better whatever, instead of just suck it up, which seems to be their attitude on most of it.
I mean, I guess I could see that perspective.
You want the editors in control.
I don't want bad books.
With guidelines, we just need better editors at both Marvel and DC. Yeah.
I agree. Editors, especially for me, and in my opinion, at DC, editors have been lax and not as good. And editors make a big difference. I don't think it's hard to tell, but I think in the end, it's clear that a lack of good editing at DC has been frustrating for me. They're just letting things happen and they're not guiding stories.
Yeah. Agree, John. Yep. Come on, I ship out books. How fucking hard can it be? I'm not distribute the books out of my basement.
Right.
Oh man, the printers spent $3 million to replace their printers after the cancel situation. Ooh. That's crazy.
I mean, shipping books in your basement is different than shipping a couple 100,000.
And I was going to say the same thing. It's not like we're not going to expect Diamond to bubble wrap the books or anything like this.
Throw them in a fucking box and ship them. That's what they do.
Right.
You know?
But it's just a matter of feeling as if they're trying to negate.
But then again,
damage.
who are the ones complaining about the damaged books? The collectors, because I know people that are only readers could give a fuck less if it's
my
got nicks or
LCS
bends.
complains about damages constantly.
No, but I'm saying like it's also subjected to who's buying the books. Because I know like my brother could care. Like, he'll buy a brand new book, Batman '92, the biggest spec or hell of it, and he'll fold it up and whack a spider with it. So it's like the people that are complaining are the ones who value it as an investment collector item.
Well, I know, and for my LCS, their frustration is even if they get replacements 2 weeks later, they're probably not going to sell the replacements as easily as they would the new books. So they're going to be stuck with more inventory, you know, and they're going to be having frustrated customers thinking about going somewhere else and not buying books anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm trying to picture like in the 90s, were people more protective over their comics, or are they more protective now?
I would say maybe in the early 90s.
I mean, and that just might be me, because when I was a kid in the 90s, like I was just happy to have like a bag and a board. Like
that's how I was.
I was freaking cutting cardboard from like boxes and sliding it into comics and stuff. Like I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I noticed that I never saw anything other than a poly bag anywhere. It wasn't like people were like the Mylar and the MyLites and the whatever. Like nobody gave a crap about any of that.
Yeah.
And there was no obviously slabbing.
Some comic book hunter asked, "Who's eating?" Nobody's eating. It's my messed up mic over here or something.
It's you.
It's StreamYard. It's StreamYard because I muted myself.
Only it works with PK.
Now I'm unmuted, so it's not me. Oh, it is him.
It is you. Yo, TK, I think it's just
I think it's you, Mo. I think it's you. I think it's you, Mo. All right.
Hey, real quick, John, because I'm gonna leave here in a minute. How was the Chip Zdarsky interview?
Dude, it was so cool. He's one of the nicest guys. Oh my god. So if you didn't hear, I as part of the Hero Initiative Comic Core charity stuff that's going on right now, the Hero Initiative had all these great writers and artists who were offering up their time, and fans could buy like an hour of time talking to a writer or an artist that they liked and have a Zoom meeting where they could ask them whatever they wanted. And because I was helping the Comic Core and the Hero Initiative, they offered me as a moderator for some of these events. And the first one that was open was Chip Zdarsky, you know, the guy who did Spider-Man Life Story, the guy who's freaking killing it on Daredevil, or is like freaking Daredevil right now. So I was like, heck yeah, give me this gig. So I ran the Zoom meeting. I invited him in, and then we talked a little before we let the fans in, and then we let the fans in. There were like 5 of them, and it was great. He was hilarious. He's freaking hilarious. He's got a great sense of. He was like making jokes about how his name is not really his name. It's like it's actually a pen name. He's like, I'm not really Chip. He's like, I just thought it was hilarious that somebody would be named Chip. He's like.
That's cool. That's awesome.
He was funny. And he's talking about Sex Criminals, which is like his first big hit comic. I don't know if you've read Sex Criminals.
It sounds familiar.
From Image. It's about 2 people in love who are every time they have an orgasm, time stops. So they can freeze time. So what they do is they go into like a bank and in the bathroom at the bank, and they get it on. And when they have sex, time freezes, and then they go through the bank and they steal the money, and then they bail. And then time restarts a little bit after, right?
That's pretty
so they're like
a double orgasm.
Yeah, they're committing crimes immediately
2 for 1.
Orgasm. It's hilarious. Right. But he was saying that like issue 11, to promote it, they made these like these blank variants that were like sketch variants, and they sent them to he and Matt Fraction, the artist, and they drew on them. And there were like 2,000 of them, but they got into a groove where they just started drawing Marvel characters inappropriately for like on and on. They just kept drawing like, oh, let's do this. This will be hilarious. And they just kept doodling. And then the head of Image calls them and is like, what the fuck did you guys do? I can't send these out. These have Marvel characters. We're Image. I can't send these out. So they had to ship them all to Matt Fraction's mom's house. So Matt Fraction's mom has all these like inappropriate issue 11 sex criminals variants. And apparently Matt Fraction wants to like burn them and then CGC slab them.
Wow.
Full Comics Club style.
Oh, man.
Hey, TK, thank you for having me on. I'll see you later, Mo. See you, TK. Thank you, John,
Perry,
for jumping
thank
on.
you for coming through. You playing later?
Maybe we'll see.
I hope not.
What do you mean? I saved you. I got the most kills and
Dude,
the most
you went
damage
into the
every
truck,
single time.
started driving around, and they blew your ass up.
I told him to Scooby do it. Let them chase me, and then you come and sweep it, and he doesn't understand.
Scooby Doo it. It
Go
did
on
not work the
Scooby-Doo.
way you wanted it to work. That's what it was. Spider-Man Life Story, great covers. I mean, covers look badass, grouped together like that behind. Yeah, man, I didn't see that. Was that recent? Did you do that recently?
So I changed these around. It's just
Don't be doing that, John. You be moving just one piece at a time. Like, and I'd be like,
I'm subtle. Yeah. So these are plastic cases that a lot of companies sell them. These are the UV protected ones, so they shouldn't fade the comic that's inside. But I changed them enough anyways, it doesn't really matter. But because I knew I was interviewing or moderating that thing for Chip, I was like, what can I put up that's going to be his stuff?
hell yeah, that's cool. It looks cool, like the color scheme and everything.
Right? I dig it. Yeah.
It looked like the long
Halloween.
Halloween.
I love the like disco Halloween, like Jack.
Yeah, it looked like the long Halloween. Long Halloween has something like that with a pumpkin in the front. Like
absolutely.
Like
yeah. Really cool. Really cool.
But yo, we went over a couple of other topics. Mo, do you remember anyone? Because
no, it's fine. If you guys are done, you can wrap up. It's fine. It's all good.
John Sting. No, we're not wrapping up. Not yet. It's Astro Logan. What's up?
What's up, Logan?
I just played.
John, what's your favorite? Do you have a favorite superhero show?
A TV show?
Yeah.
I think I would probably. I don't think anything's ever beaten Batman the Animated Series, right? Is anything ever gonna beat Batman?
No. Nothing beat, no. That's on a different level.
I enjoyed.
But I'm trying to talk about like CW11 TV shows, if you watch those, or like Netflix. So CW, you got Arrow, Flash.
Yeah, I haven't been a huge fan of the DC stuff on CW. I watched a little bit of the Arrow and a little bit of the Flash, a little bit of Supergirl, and I loved Smallville when that was originally on. I was a big Smallville fan. But I would probably go with, if you're going more modern, I'd probably have to go with Daredevil. I think Daredevil was a freaking awesome show.
Right? Daredevil was amazing. Daredevil hit every point. It felt like the comics. It just felt so great. And then that hallway scene that was
every season there was one of those, right?
Yeah. And it was just like, oh man, it was great. And then they brought in Iron Fist. And Bubs, I noticed what you did there at the end. I do read the comments before I say it. So he was like, we need classic writers, Stanley, Chris Claremont, and then Mo, if you want to read that to yourself in the bottom, see what that's.
I know that for me, it was when they brought the Punisher in on Daredevil that I was like, that's friggin' dope. Like that was great casting. The storyline was killer. He gives that monologue about his daughter when he's like in the graveyard. And I was like, crying. I was like, oh my God.
The whole prison scene. The whole prison scene, the whole thing with Kingpin. I think Kingpin that role was played amazingly.
D'Onofrio,
I just couldn't believe it.
It was perfect.
So good. And then I thought they killed Bullseye was cool too. I thought the way they introduced Bullseye in the last season was freaking awesome. The way when they fight and he's wearing Daredevil's costume and they're fighting in the newsroom and he's throwing pens and staplers and stuff at him, trying to kill him with it. And Daredevil's like having to dodge it all. It was awesome. That was good.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy. What do you think about the whole DC thing, doing their comics to Midtown or something? I know a lot about that. Like, should they not? I feel like it's risky.
I think it's unfair to the LCS. I know they're trying to make their buck, and I think that's hard. Everybody's just trying to survive this thing, and I know DC is barely alive anymore. I mean, they used to dominate the comic market, and now they're barely in there with Marvel just crushing them every month.
Yeah, it's just. But on top of that, it's just like it's very unfair because Disney's becoming its own monopoly, and my father always says that. My father's like they're becoming they're becoming too powerful. They're buying things out, and now like Disney, Marvel doesn't have to worry about anything because they got backed up by DC. I mean, by Disney. John, I love that Daredevil cover Punisher.
It's so good. It's so freaking good.
It's beautiful.
It's the best cover in that run, and there's a lot of great good. I love the. There's one. Where is it? I pulled these out because Chip was on. I was talking to you, and I love this. This one's hilarious to me.
Oh, what is that? What is that? Is that the?
So this is this is the issue when he and Detective North are having their first sit down discussion about like life, and you got Daredevil with his bloody hands and the sticks. And then they're in a diner having coffee, and it's just like
that's a great
blood on the sugar container. It's just like this is hilarious and amazing, and and it's exactly what's in the issue too. It's just so good, so good. Sorry. Oh, and so when I was talking to Chip Zdarsky, they were talking about Daredevil and what he loved about Daredevil, and he was like, "Oh, in the Anisenti run in the 90s or late 80s, there was this issue where Daredevil was hurt, and the whole issue was Human Torch, and like Daredevil wasn't even in it. And he was like, this was the craziest issue, and it was all about Human Torch, and you understood Human Torch in a whole other way. And he's like, that's what I loved about this comic. You just never knew. And I'm like, it was right there next to me, and I pulled it out. I was like, I feel like such a badass. I was like, you mean this issue? Did you have that just waiting there?
That's what I'm saying, yo. Usually in this comic book community, a lot of people just have their books. I was going through one long box, just showing people like different stories and stuff like that, and going through it. But
it's hilarious, right?
Yeah, everybody just be like, this one, and I'd be like, what?
Dude, everybody in the screen was like, what? How'd you have that ready? I was like, well, my Daredevil box is always on top. It's like Daredevil, Batman, and Uncanny X-Men right across the top.
I just recently got that first appearance of Blackheart Daredevil.
Okay.
I got it signed
in
person, so it's pretty cool. Who did it? Was it Frank Miller? No.
Was that in the Miller run?
I don't know. I don't remember, but it was pretty cool to see it.
I agree, Noel. You got to read the
giveaway.
If you like Daredevil, I think for me, it's like until it ends, I won't know for sure. But for me, it's always been Frank Miller and then Bendis and Brubaker. And now I think Chip is like right there with those guys, which is like high praise for me.
It's crazy. It's crazy because we fluctuate. We see the difference. People is like, we got Flashpoint and he's a big Flash fan, so he's die hard. And then we got John here, Daredevil, die hard. And then we got Perry's Lobo, but it was whack. we got a lot of good runs. Yo, we were talking about the X-Force run. Did you ever read it? What was it?
The original Liefeld one?
The Uncanny X-Force.
I never read that. I heard it was great.
Oh my god, John!
I gotta grab those trades. I gotta read it. Although
starts with the Apocalypse Solution. That's the first. It starts with that. It's the X-Force group is Wolverine, Phantom X, Archangel,
Deadpool,
Psylocke, and Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's Rick Remender, and it starts with the Apocalypse Solution. And it just goes deep, man. And it was a good run.
It's crazy, yeah. It was a crazy run, and then
do we like it because of how dark it is, but just
sex and violence? It was Daredevil. I mean, X-Force, sex and violence.
And it's Esad Ribbit too doing the art. Esad Ribbit
kills it.
I'm gonna add. So I got it's on the Marvel Unlimited. I'll add it to my read list.
I'm gonna have to get that app. I still haven't gotten the app. I'm still reading like things I got here. So
I've got a ton of reading to do. But I
had books here that I had.
It's almost karma, Mo, because like this is the fourth time I think this week I've heard somebody telling me that that's one of the best X runs ever.
Yeah, it's perfectly written. The characters they chose to be that specific X-Force group team. And do we like it just because of the great storyline or because how dark it gets? You know,
I like the darkness. I always like books when it gets like real, when things get real, when it's not like playful, fighting this, fighting that, not really too much story, not too much real feelings, too much depth, too much what's really going on behind the scenes. But and then on top of that, it was written well, great. The character, the art, everything was just perfect on that. I was like, what? And Mo put me on that. I remember Mo put me on that, and then I had a close friend, Chronic, and he was like, yo, you gotta read Sex and Violence, Uncanny X-Force, Sex and Violence. which was great.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they have the whole run on the app, so I can read all. I think it's like 40 issues or something, and they got the whole thing on there.
Oh, you're lucky. You'll have a good time. What? Yeah, you read it on your phone though?
No, I load it on my iPad, but I use my phone because my phone's a little newer, so I can quickly throw things onto my reading list and then open it on my iPad, and just they're already there. It's just
okay.
I open it. I don't have to. I don't want to search on the iPad. It's a little more complicated.
Perry over here saying, anyone watch Fort Salem on Hulu?
I haven't.
I think I saw the first episode of that actually.
Is it good?
It was okay. I think I needed more. I needed to see more of it to really.
Speaking of Salem, TK, have you watched? I remember I recommended it. Have you watched? Don't laugh, John. Maybe you've watched it. Netflix, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
So for the Teenage Witch on Netflix, I saw the first 3 episodes, and it's all right. It's okay.
Is that the Sabrina? Is that it? I never read. I never.
It's dark. It's much darker from what I hear.
Yeah. It is much darker.
Yeah, it gets darker each season. Like I was watching this, and I was like, I'm not watching this. Let me see what's up. Wait, I was like, holy crap, what is this? And it gets crazy.
It's definitely not like Sabrina the Teenage Witch TV show that we used to get.
It didn't look anything like that.
I was looking for the cat, and then I was like, oh, there's the cat, but then it was just nothing like.
Nah, I didn't know she had a graphic novel, a dark graphic novel. Had no idea.
She had a whole run and everything.
They've done several iterations, kind of like, Art. I mean, she started and connected to that kind of Archie universe, which Archie itself, with Riverdale now being super popular, has had several sort of dark iterations of like, now we're investigating like murders and stuff. Like Archie was always getting burgers and banging chicks. That was kind of what he was doing. So like, murder thing is all new to me.
And they have in the Archie run, they have like a zombie storyline.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
They have which
they brought Red Sonja and Vampirella into that world. It
was crazy. Yeah, they really expanded on that. Is there not a permanent writer for the Justice League anymore? I'm seeing there's a new writer starting on issue 48.
The comic book?
I don't know. Probably, yeah.
I think
Justice League fell off.
That's probably Noel. Sorry, Noel. I think it's probably connected to the editor problem at DC, where they just don't know what works and how to make it work. So they just keep hiring new people when something's not right, instead of having a clear vision and taking it somewhere. Chip Zdarsky talked about how like 4 times a year there's a Marvel like writers meeting, and they all show up in New York, and they have to pitch their ideas to a room full of all the other writers at Marvel. So like everybody who writes at Marvel is in the room, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this Avengers story, and it's going to do this or that. And somebody's like, no, I'm doing Spidey, and I want to do this other story. And you've got to sell it to the group.
Yeah, because I could imagine how difficult it is. Because if one story could definitely change somebody else's story, or you would have to work with that.
Yeah,
and it's definitely
I would love to just be sitting in that room,
right?
Just quiet. Just listening, and
in the back.
He was saying,
I want to be in the middle, just like this, and there's gonna be 2 things that'll come out my mouth. Oh yeah, or what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, so he went in and he had to pitch Daredevil the first time, and he had told them at Marvel for a long time, I want to write Daredevil. If Chuck Soule ever finishes, I want to do it. And he's sitting there, and they're like, yeah, you got it, but you got to pitch the room. Like, can you pitch the room? And he's got his whole pitch, and he goes up there, and everybody's like, Chuck, are you really seriously? Chip's going to do this? The comedian, the guy with the sex criminals comic book, like he's going to make serious Daredevil comics with his bull. And he gets up there, and he's like, he didn't make a single joke. He says, I didn't do my normal shtick.
Was it for life stories with Spider-Man's life story?
No, this is him selling the idea of doing the Daredevil run he's on.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
He was like, this is what I want to do. This is the first 20 issues. This is what it's going to be about. And the only issue he had, the only problem he had was trying to get them to give him the rights to Spider-Man. Because in the Daredevil run, issue 5, Spider-Man shows up to tell Daredevil, you got to stop being a superhero. You can't do it anymore. You killed a guy. Like, you need to stop. And Spider-Man is the like moral compass. He even argued, he's like, Spider-Man's the moral compass of the Marvel universe. He is the guy who has to show up and tell Daredevil, you've crossed a line, and get him to stop, put the costume away, and just be done. And he's like, nobody else could do this. You know, not Captain America, nobody. It's gotta be Peter Parker.
Yeah, because they had that friendship that's really tight. It was just like in A versus X when Daredevil jumped into the fight between Juggernaut, Colossonaut, and Spider-Man. Then he was like, "Nah, we gotta back out. Come on, Spidey." And he took Spider-Man out that fight.
And so he had to sell them because he's like, the fun thing about Daredevil is nobody really cares. You can do whatever you want. But if you're doing Spider-Man, everybody cares what you do. Everybody tells you you're wrong and you can't do what you want to do. So he's like, I was arguing that it had to be Spider-Man all the way up till we were like putting the lettering on the comic. He's like, I was still saying it has to be Spider-Man. You can't take Spidey away from me. It's got to be Spider-Man.
Well, what is it? Why was it so difficult? Like, what was it that was going to change everything that he can't get it?
I think they are very sensitive about certain characters, just like DC and Batman or whatever. They feel like this character is like, we have to protect him. We can't let him go outside of the comfort zone of what he does, you know?
And what he wanted to do was just bring in Spider-Man to tell Daredevil that, and that's it, and back out? Or
that
was it more?
It was one issue for one scene. And it was like an argument. It was really hard.
Jesus, that's crazy.
They show you how protective they are of specific characters.
But it's true in every industry, because I remember hearing an interview back when Tom Cruise did Jerry Maguire, which is like one of his biggest hits, right? When he was making that movie, and the director had written, the writer-director Cameron Crowe had written the movie, and he finally got Tom Cruise to sign on. All of Tom Cruise's like agents and managers went up and said, don't fuck up Tom Cruise. Like, don't ruin Tom Cruise. You have a lot on your shoulder. Don't ruin it. We're handing you this gift. Don't freaking ruin our baby. Because it was like, this is our guarded thing. Just like Spider-Man was their thing. Like, don't ruin him. You get one scene with him. Don't ruin him. You know?
It's so crazy. But one scene, one comic book issue.
And he had to fight and fight.
They do that in almost a whole bunch of different.
Damn, that's intense. That's intense.
I'm sure the same with Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman over there at DC. I'm sure they're like, hey, you can't play around with Batman. Don't mess with Batman.
They even do that in wrestling. They do that too. John Cena.
Every industry, right?
Cena was supposed to turn bad, and they were so against it because it affects the fans, how they view him, marketing, how they view him, because he's the believe in yourself. You can do anything. And then if he turns bad, they were afraid of how would that hurt their sales and how would fans react to that, especially the younger audience. So imagine us as huge Spider-Man fans. We know what he's all about. And if a storyline does something, it could affect how we see him. And also,
totally.
Yeah.
But it's still crazy to me because I could actually I could write it out like, hey, yo, Spider-Man's only gonna walk in, he's gonna say this, and then he's gonna leave. Can we say yes to this? And they were
like, no, you gotta be careful.
Well, we're all basically saying, use Luke Cage. Use Danny Rand. Use one of these other smaller guys. Don't use our guy.
It would have been more meaningful if Spider-Man came in, especially to old school fans that seen the interaction and that seen how they work with each other all the time and how they used to run into each other in Amazing Spider-Man and Daredevil issues.
Well, and even I got a couple of books from the Bendis run, and when Spider-Man shows up in this run, it's awesome.
The Marvel Knights one, yeah, that's the Bendis. I have that full run as well.
Yeah, it's a great run, and I think the moments that Spidey shows up there matter in a big way as well. When Spidey is trying to defend Matt Murdock because Matt Murdock's been outed as being Daredevil, and everybody is showing up at his house to get revenge. They're like, freaking you put me behind bars, and they're all just rolling up to his house. And there's Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and Spider-Man trying to defend him because he can't fight back, because if he does, he's admitting that he's Daredevil.
Yeah, that's insane. Guys, we need to do a refresher on where comics left off because the world came to a stop. Yeah, man. I definitely I picked up John. I don't know if you know, but I got my books today. My last comic book day pickups I got today.
From 2 weeks ago or whatever?
So I got this, the one everybody been talking about that.
That's a great cover.
But I do got the Batman Curse of White Knight. Batman Superman. I guess I'm the only one reading this, but I liked the Jeff Loeb one before this.
And Jeff Loeb with McGinnis and
with Ed McGinnis. Yes, beautiful. That's where they got Apocalypse, and that's where they got the other Public Enemies.
And Supergirl, and I posted recently because I have almost that entire first 30 issues of that run, and I posted it on my Instagram with all the variants. I'm like, I freaking love that run. It's so good.
I have everything to that. I loved it. It was crazy. What do you think about Carnage? Perry asked this.
Yeah, I saw Perry had a question about Carnage.
I had a discussion about it earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with Carnage and Venom as the cool villains that everybody liked.
Just them, right?
Yeah, but I was always more of a OG villain. I like the Sinister Six way more. If I was gonna pick Spidey versus somebody, I always love when he fights the Sinister Six. I love
it. Just seeing Rhino,
Doc Ock, and the Scorpion, whatever. It's freaking awesome.
Even in the video games, you would get it. There was always a Sinister Six storyline in the Spider-Man games.
Hell yeah.
When I was younger, growing up.
But I will say I like Carnage a little more than Venom, just because Carnage is he's a freaking psycho, and he's just gonna be bad. Versus Venom, who is sometimes he's a good guy, sometimes he's a bad guy. I'm I don't know that I care. I just don't know why.
The other thing with Carnage that I forgot to mention, Spider-Man is what we just talked about. He is the epitome of a hero and his morals. There's certain times that Spider-Man is pushed by Carnage on what he needs to do to stop him.
Just like the Joker with Batman.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's one thing that I forgot to mention, the difference between Venom and Carnage. Venom, they fight and Venom becomes a savage. But Spider-Man hasn't gotten to that point of almost having to kill him.
That's why that whole moral thing, that whole moral thing of hey, why doesn't Batman just kill the Joker? The Joker's killed so many people. It's I could say the same, I could bring up the same argument with Spider-Man and Carnage. Yeah. And that's what happened. That's how real it got. Because Carnage was an actual psychotic killer, murderer. And now you got jolly old Spider-Man swinging around. Now what's going to happen when they interact? Yeah. That was the difference between, I could say that was the difference between Venom and Spider-Man and Spider-Man and Carnage and Spider-Man. That's how different they were. That's why I grew up with both of them all right, cool.
And to add on to what you just said and what John was talking about how protected Spider-Man has to be. Remember what was the biggest problem? Not for everybody. What was the biggest problem with Man of Steel and Batman versus Superman? We weren't getting the heroes that we grew up with. Even though I liked how savage Batman was. People were upset because Batman's moral code was out the window. Hold on. No, true.
But the thing is that it was supposed to take 20 years in the thing, and I was cool with that.
Right.
I was cool with that.
And that's why I liked it, because it was yo, there's gonna be a story that's gonna tell us why. Also,
probably the Red Hood story.
Yeah, and also
you wish.
Yeah, I do wish so bad.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
yo, that Superman movie, we were dealing with a kind of like what we're gonna do with Robert Pattinson. It's Batman his first few years. This was Superman still trying to figure out what is right, what is wrong. So when he snapped Zod's neck, Superman doesn't kill.
That was my favorite scene in the whole movie, because I was it got me so off guard, and it just, the thing is that my thing is that I love Zack Snyder movies. I love 300. I love Watchmen. I love Sucker Punch, whatever. And I just love his movies, but it comes realistic. And then having that Watchmen, what if superheroes really lived amongst men in this age, and how they're not so different, how a superhero could rape another superhero and stuff like that. So once I saw Man of Steel, and I was like, oh man, we're missing out on the jolly old Superman that everybody likes, but now we're getting some I felt like it was more realistic in the sense of humanity and how humanity would deal with a super being like this in our age.
He was trying to figure out who and why is he here? Why should I care?
Exactly.
Humans. I'm a god, and that's why he looked so different. But that's why we were upset with Justice League, because
I know.
the full story, and then here comes Superman.
Yeah. That's where it got weird, because
Batman
that's where
like,
everybody was talking about it, and they're like, "Oh my God, I want my Superman. I want my jolly old Superman back." But when I saw Superman being faced with the situation, the problem of having either to snap this person's neck and stop this other Superman, or that family is about to die, what do you choose? Like, that was like a real life situation kind of deal. It kind of got from me from the comic books. I was like, oh man, Superman doesn't kill, but I'm like, yo, that situation he was put in was extreme to the moment, and the way it ended, it was like, oh, Superman doesn't kill. You get me?
That was all of us. We were like,
that's how it was.
And the same thing with Batman. Here is Batman who will not kill, and my man is going ham.
Murk everybody. The Grim Knight came through.
I was like, mind you, that's what John was talking about, how people are protected with certain characters. How will fans react? And Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Justice League had everybody split, because it was like, those aren't our heroes. Meanwhile, you have us that are open, and we're like, we're not getting the full story.
Yeah. Like to see Batman do that, I was like, oh, Batman does not kill. And we spoke about it. It was like, yo, Batman does not kill. But 20 years forward, what can they work with? And then taking the realistic side. Taking the realistic side, not the comic book theme and everything like that. Taking the realistic matter and saying like, what if something dramatically crazy happened? And then seeing the Robin suit.
And then it's like, the mansion is destroyed. People forget about that. What happened? But we didn't get that.
Exactly.
Again,
and then the way they portrayed Batman as like a demon and people were scared of him was perfect, was spot on point to the comics, because Batman is feared to that point in the comics. Obviously, we don't see it like that because it looks like a guy dressed up in a bat suit, but they always mention it in writing, like, hey, oh my God, the Batman's coming. Oh my God, he's like, and then they portrayed him like a demon when he was in the corner and he starts crawling.
Well, and again, with Batman versus Superman, even though we're talking about the same topic, the flaw is they rushed a lot of storylines in one. If they would have kept it to like one or two things, then we would have gotten another movie that maybe you could have explained certain things, and then that could have led to Justice League, which was also supposed to be dark. But I think it was around that time that Guardians of the Galaxy was very popular, and they forced Justice League to make it more brighter, more kid-friendly. But DC from the beginning, they said they did not want to be the Marvel. They wanted to be at their own dark mood, you know?
And I think they could have just, I think they could have built off that, like,
they could have
keep going, give us some dark Batman story that made him start killing. Like, it could have worked out, and then at the end reboot everything and then make you happy, non-killing, you know, the comic book ways, you know. But it's just, I feel like Zack Snyder, especially in Watchmen was a great underrated movie. A lot of people don't talk about it. I'm like, yo, Watchmen was official. There was things happening that was so real. This dude had to eliminate this amount of people to save this amount of people.
Did you ever read that comic?
Mind you, I read the comic.
Yeah, because the comic,
the original ending.
Yeah, the Alan Moore, you know, that book, freaking Watchmen is iconic. It's like literature. It's way beyond just a typical comic book. Watchmen is on another freaking level. And as much as they have changed the ending a little bit in the film, I think they are incredibly true to that source material.
Yo, pop in Rorschach because he was gonna snitch.
Oh yeah.
Yo, but TK, read the comic.
I read it, but I don't remember it.
It's really close. Obviously, the ending they
that's what I'm saying. I think I mixed it and I kept it like
the giant squid for the atomic holocaust or whatever. And if you watch the TV series, which I thought was amazing,
HBO,
godlike, it was so good. It was probably like it was the first time I saw something that felt like, yeah, that's the sequel. That's the sequel. Like, it is legit the sequel. It was so good. But they use the squid. They freaking use the squid, which is like awesome. They make the squid work. It's like nuts.
It was.
Yeah.
It was
Let me see here. What we got here, real quick. The Fiend is going to make me watch wrestling again. Mo, have you guys seen that wrestler? The Fiend.
The Fiend is going to make watch wrestling. The Fiend.
He has that mask that he made himself.
Yeah, but he's Pee Wee Herman, and he's that guy in the mask. You know how Pee Wee Herman has a fun house?
Yeah.
The guy in the mask has a fun house, and it's very creepy. And his alter ego is the guy in the mask.
Oh God.
So the Fiend was amazing in WrestleMania.
Guys, did you read Venom? The end. Venom is bringing back the human race. He's the last time standing. Yeah, I read Venom, and it was like a whole. He survives everything, like the whole. And then Eddie Brock dies, and he tries his hardest to save Eddie Brock, but he couldn't. And then it's just like it was okay. It's very far fetched now. Like Venom's becoming like the strongest. Like, you get me? And it's like
I've read a smattering of Venom comics in my life, and I will say that from my reading, I read all the early stuff, and I read a little bit of the miniseries stuff. But my favorite is definitely got to be what Cates is doing right now. I freaking love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, Donny Cates is taking it to another level. And
his Venom Island storyline right now, I think, is really underrated. People are missing out on some. Like they pulled the just mother frigger of twists recently. I don't know if you guys are up on it, but like
with the chopping arm with the dinosaurs,
and then he climbs the radio tower, gets electric shocked, and wakes up in a helicopter with Captain America, and he's like, "Wait, which of my symbiotes survived?"
Yeah,
and everybody was like, "I'm not reading this freaking book anymore." It's like they wiped them all out. I don't know what's going on. And if you read the next issue, it's like, oh damn, they pulled the like rug out from under you, because it's a vision, right? Carnage is taken over his mind. He did not get off the island. He is still freaking there. And the Captain America thing is not real. The symbiotes are in his head battling.
They're battling each other, and he had this whole.
He did not get off the island. He's still freaking there. It's
somewhat of a mirage that he was with Captain America and stuff like that.
Like, what? People are like, no, I dropped in this book. This book is ridiculous. He got off the island. We didn't even see what happened. And I'm like, dude, he didn't get off the island. He's still fucking there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing.
If you enjoyed Man of Steel, I recommend Alan Moore's Miracle Man. That's what you were talking about earlier, Mo. I think Snyder borrowed from the comic some scenes, like the fight in Metropolis. It's early Moore. And
Miracle Man is a must.
I think
honestly, the fight scenes were
always going to be somebody to read. You should check out Alan Moore whenever you get a chance. V for Vendetta is a friggin' awesome comic book. It's just dope. It's just awesome.
Vertigo, V for Vendetta. I loved it.
I'm enjoying my V for Vendetta.
And that's a freaking awesome movie too. It's a freaking awesome movie.
It is. It was great with Natalie Portman. Oh man, it was so great. That's what I was talking about. I was like, yo, I love V for Vendetta. I love 300. I love Watchmen. These are masterpieces.
Yep.
Yeah.
That are just, for me, or haven't been spoken about too much. Like I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. I'm like, yo, these things, don't sleep on this. You probably miss things. There's a lot of inside things in there that you would have to Easter eggs that you would. Oh, that's what they meant. Oh, that's what's going on.
You know, I'm very surprised about 300 that there hasn't been any rumors of a reboot.
You know, obviously it was a huge.
What's a reboot of 300? I don't think you could make a reboot. My bad, John.
Yes, you can. Everything can be rebooted.
Yeah. And when that film came out, I remember people like freaked out for that movie. That movie was like, holy and it was like right after I think Sin City had already come out. And now people are like, oh my God, the Frank Miller universe, right? And then the problem was Sin City 2 was so shitty that people were like, okay, wait, maybe it was just a fluke. Like it's not real. It's not real.
I remember 300 came out and I started doing push-ups like no other.
And Sin City 2 and that dude with the red tie. That he was.
Honestly, I've wiped that movie from my memory. I was like,
it was black and white.
It was all in black and white. He had like a red tie or something. I remember watching. I was like, but 300.
But Sin City 1, like the first Sin City movie is freaking insane. That first Sin City movie is so freaking good.
One of the bad guys, the guy that ends up getting mutated at the end, who's like a pervert and
the yellow bastard.
Man, that villain back then, I'm like 20. I was like, yo, this guy's creepy as fuck.
He's
you know what I mean?
as hell. Yeah. Yeah.
That reminds me of another scene. It brings
That
me
was,
back.
I think that was Elijah Wood with like a bunch of prosthetic makeup.
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Wood all done up. It was crazy.
The Spirit.
It brings me back
Oh,
to
that Spirit movie. Oh my god. Oh.
It's called
the Spirit.
He had a hat.
Yeah.
And he had everything was black and white. He had a tie. And I remember watching. I was like,
and that was Frank Miller all doing it himself. Yeah. Ugh.
300 was like a dude movie. 300 was like a dude movie. Watching your boys.
To the realism and to the crazy point of Watchmen, I was gonna bring back that Rorschach scene where the guy kidnapped the kids or kidnapped the kid or something.
He
fed
him to the dog.
He fed her to the dog.
Yeah.
He's going through the house and he's putting it together what happened to the girl, and then he finds like her and I remember watching. I was like, no, kill him, Rorschach.
And then he was like, no, you know what? Take me to jail. Go, take me to jail. And what you see Rorschach going back and forth trying to battle this. Yo, that's the type of realism. Like sometimes comic books don't get it. Like sometimes, and there's certain writers that get it and they put it in like, yo, there's a dilemma going on in your head. It's not an easy black and white situation. It's like, damn. And I thought seeing that scene and I was like, oh my God.
There's a couple other comics in the independent world that kind of tackle the same issues. I don't know if you guys have read, like, obviously The Boys is really popular because of the Amazon, right? Which is the same kind of thing of like, superpowered heroes would eventually probably go evil at some point if they had all that celebrity and power and fame and whatever.
Is The Boys the one? Yeah, it is.
With all the like,
he runs into the girl,
all the sex stuff, right?
Yo,
he runs through the girl.
I don't know if you've seen the cover to one of the issues where it's just one of the heroes like going, and there's like a woman's head like just off the panel, and that's the freaking cover of the issue.
Yeah,
I remember.
I've never read an issue of the Boys. Never. I never heard. I don't know how I missed it.
Just take it like this, though. Like, if you thought the show was like, damn, that was over the line, the comic is 1,000 times worse. Damn. Like freaking gangbangs and like it's just crazy shit. Just crazy shit.
All I know is when I started watching the show, because people were talking about it, that scene that you just talked about, TK, when he's in love with this girl, she comes. Wham! And I was like, oh, I'm into see.
Yo, her hands was still on him. He was still holding her hands.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was watching.
Or when the girl joins the Justice League or whatever, the guy just whips it out, and she's like, "Oh my god!"
He's like, "It's either this or that."
Right? And it was like
he's the fish guy.
So there's that. That's a great.
Or the guy that turns invisible in the bathroom.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
The peeping Tom.
So there's that comic, which I recommend reading the comic or giving it a shot. But the other one is a little less talked about, and they made a really bad show out of it. It's called Powers, and it's about these two cops, this man and woman, who investigate crimes involving superheroes in their city. So imagine like two cops in Metropolis who investigate crimes involving superheroes. And the cops are this tiny little, like badass looking, shortcut haired blonde girl. And her partner, who looks like Superman in a business suit, like just giant, huge guy. And his backstory is that he seems to be friends with a ton of these superheroes who they come in contact with, as if he knows them. But he clearly has like no real superpowers or anything like that. And little by little, you start to understand that maybe he might have been a superhero at one point, but he isn't one anymore. And the two of them are just, yeah, exactly. Bendis, this is one of Bendis's original books. So Brian Michael Bendis wrote it from the beginning. It's an Image comic, and I want to say it's done. Like, I think they've done all the issues. Yeah. But it's a really great look at superheroes that's like twisted and messed up. All the like backstory stuff of like that guy was like a jerk boyfriend of this girl, and now that's why she's acting all crazy when she's capturing criminals now and whatever. It's like it's really twisted. It's really twisted and cool.
You said they did a live action show?
Yeah, and I want to say it was on like Stars or one of those.
Are you talking about 50 Cent's powers?
No. This one starred the guy. This one starred the guy from that movie, District 9, that sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
And he was playing the like big super cop, and he's this skinny little. He's skinnier than me. This skinny little guy. He was not the right actor for this superhero part. Honestly, it's The Rock is the guy. That's that guy. He's just giant. So it's a great read. I think I've got like the first 10 trades that are just so flipping good. And every trade is like a little bit more interesting. The first one had to do with, I think it's called Who Killed Retro Girl? So like a superhero gets murdered and they've got to solve the crime of what happened. And then they've got a later one that has to do with a superhero team breaks up and what is going on in the community when a superhero team breaks up. It's just really a great twisted look at superhero culture.
Yeah, that's I like that because it's fun to read, the good jolly books, and then it's fun to get into some like deep situations. And I'm not trying to say that the good jolly books are not bad. They always have interesting stories as well, and everything turns out good and stuff like that. But I feel like just sometimes these books go more in depth.
Oh yeah,
of how somebody would actually feel.
Now
I always thought that Batman should shoot the Joker in the head straight up with the gun, and that's how it would end. And Batman in an asylum, that would be mind blowing, no pun intended. Yeah, but then what is Spider-Man gonna shoot Carnage in the head? Like
no. But that's the
whole. What you're saying is, if it would end that way, that's how the ending would be of Batman trying to hold his code, his moral code.
Yeah,
and then Kid Joker would snap him.
That is how Frank Miller told us that it ends.
The Dark Knight, yeah.
The Joker, man. He strangles him and cracks his neck.
Well, he doesn't kill him.
He puts C4
or does he?
behind him and then shoots the C4 and blows the whole thing up, man.
Yeah.
He blows his ass.
Also shows, isn't it the same with the Killing Joke too? That he
I don't know.
Is it open?
No, the Killing Joke seems to end with them laughing like they're friends again or something.
So the ending is him laughing. And they show him holding the Joker, and then the ha ha ha, or you see ha ha, and that ends, and then there's like an imagery of light, and the light goes out. Like it's an open-ended ending.
It has like that way of ending, like yo, did he just kill him or not?
Yeah, like
what's going on here?
Was he laughing because he was like, he kind of like lost it and was like ha ha, and he's like holding him, and
just like the Dark Knight. Grant Morrison and David.
I prefer the ending to the Dark Knight.
Disturbing Batman comic I ever read. It has some great art.
Right end to Batman and Joker. It's going to be the Dark Knight Returns. It's going to be Frank Miller's version. That's the beautiful ending for me.
Dang! I just switched to my chat to recent, not to top. So much better. Alan Moore was writing Miracle Man and V for Vendetta at the same time. These two classics, at the same time in the pages of Warrior magazine, and the artwork by Lloyd and V was initially in black and white.
Old Moore is just great. I mean, you're talking about even his Swamp Thing stuff, which I'm not a big Swamp Thing fan, but there's some killer storylines in that thing stuff.
Boys by Ennis. Yep, we spoke about that one. That was great.
The omnibus is killer. I have just the trades for all of it, and I don't know how far you got with it, TK, but like. I want to say it's trade number 9, which is like all a flashback trade. I don't know if you've read it. It's somewhere around 9 or 10.
What, the boys?
He was saying Powers.
Oh, Powers. Okay.
Somewhere around trade 9, they take you all the way back to like the dawn of time and cavemen, and you realize that some of these superhero characters are like omnipotent. They've never died. They've been living immortally with all their superpowers since then. And it tells how their stories have been happening over and over and over again. It is one of the most mind-blowing issues I've ever, or trades I've ever read. Because I thought, like, I understand this world. I understand these cops and the superhero stuff that's going on. But then you read that omnibus or that trade, and you're like, what the F have I been reading all this time? Because now it's totally different.
Yeah, I think it was a PlayStation Network streaming service.
Yo, John.
Yeah, it was like don't watch that show. Just read the image.
John, quick question. We talked about it earlier, and in the last episode we did. Have you ever seen on Netflix The Umbrella Academy?
Of course, yeah, definitely, so good.
We're telling TK to watch it, and everybody is saying how good it is.
It's good. It's good.
TK,
so it's a monkey with an umbrella.
It's not. It's not. No, it's not. It's just another good superhero show. And I sell my wife on way too many of these, and she watches a ton of them with me. She's watched The Boys. We're watching Doom Patrol right now. She's like, okay, I'm into this. I'll try this Doom Patrol, this wacky, crazy show, but whatever. And she loved Umbrella Academy with me. It's kooky and weird. It's very The Boys, like it's very similar to The Boys in a lot of ways. You'll dig.
TK, you mentioned that.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah,
TK.
yeah.
If you watch 2 episodes and you don't like it, I'd be shocked.
Okay. Good, because you know what happened with me in Breaking Bad? I watched 2 episodes of the first season when it came out, and I was like, I'm not into this. And
Breaking Bad is 3 to 5 episodes you have to force to see to get into, because then after that it becomes masterpiece. There's other shows like that I stopped after 2 episodes. I had to force myself to, and then I'm like, oh, I get it now. I see. Ozark is similar to Breaking Bad. It's very slow.
John, do you watch Ozark?
I haven't started it yet. I hear it's great, but I haven't started. So can I tell you my Breaking? So I have not finished Breaking Bad, but I'm the only guy that got like 3 seasons and then stopped watching.
Oh, that's worse than me. That's worse.
So here's the problem I've got with Breaking Bad. It's not that it's not a good show, because it's a great show. The problem I've got is that it's about a teacher and a dad whose world just falls apart. And I'm like, you know what? You're hitting a little too close to home, buddy. I don't need this. I don't need to watch a dad and a teacher just fall apart because his job and family sucks. Like, I don't need that. I don't need that in my world.
I feel you.
So for me, it's like the roadmap for where I don't want my life to go.
He's like, I don't want those seeds in my mind.
Right? I don't need that.
John.
A month later, I text TK. TK, what's John? He's like, yo, my man was caught in an RV selling.
Right?
Oh, no, John. No. Oh, man. Breaking Bad.
I'm just ruining
it. We forced him. Speaking of Breaking Bad, Jesse is on season 5 of Westworld. Season 4, 3 or 4 of Westworld.
That's a good show, too, yeah.
Which, by the way, TK, check it out. HBO free weekend. Now catch up.
I thought you said it ended.
I think they offered the app free for this month, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I got a message saying cable does that randomly. I just got a message saying.
Well, I know that they know everybody's at home, and I think their hope is that people sign up and then forget, and then and then they get a few months of like charging you after that they make their money.
The cable companies offer 2 things. They offer randomly a free week.
Yeah,
and then you get so used to it that you get charged. Sometimes they offer a free weekend. But one thing that you could do is all these movie channels, you could preview them for 48 hours for free. And that's how we got away, and we've caught up to 3 seasons of Westworld. It's just that my 48-hour preview ended yesterday. And I was like, damn, I was caught up on Westworld and I needed 2 more episodes. Now I'll catch up this weekend. And I'll just wait for another free preview.
So wait, so John, you've been watching Westworld as well?
I've watched the first season, and I think we're in the middle of the 2nd season, or maybe we finished the 2nd and we're in the middle of the 3rd. I can't remember where we are, but we have not fully caught up. But it's a cool, trippy show.
Yeah, it could be confusing too. Sometimes I was like, "What the hell am I watching?"
It's not as good as Watchmen, but then like I think Watchmen might be the greatest thing HBO's ever done, and I love Game of Thrones. I love the freaking Wire. Like The Wire is amazing. And I love 6 Feet Under, and I love a lot of the shows on HBO, but it's possible that The Watchmen is the greatest thing they've ever done. Like, it's just so fucking good. The Leftovers, I didn't even mention The Leftovers, which is an amazing show. If you've never watched The Leftovers, a movie, talk about a quarantine movie, a show. I mean, that show is messed up.
Yeah, The Leftovers?
Yeah, it's all like, so the first episode of The Leftovers is like, people are going about their day, and all of a sudden, like, I think it's like 5% of the world's population vanish. They just fucking disappear. So like this woman is putting her baby in the car, the baby's crying, she's on her phone, and all of a sudden the baby's not crying, and she looks and there's no baby in the car. And she's running around screaming, and there's like cars crashing because there's now no driver in that car. and people are just losing their freaking minds because people are gone.
Sounds like Endgame or Infinity War.
It is. You know what's hilarious is they did a version of the credits, the like intro credits for Leftovers. They did it, but with the Avengers characters vanishing instead, because the credit sequence for Leftovers shows like family photos with like somebody vanishing out of it. And they just did the same thing with like moments from the Avengers movies, and like all of a sudden Winter Soldier's just gone and stuff like that. But The Leftovers is 3 seasons long, and then they finished. That was it. They finished their whole story in 3 seasons. Each season was like 10 episodes. Okay. The first season is about a small town where they lost a real significant group of people. And it's like, now it's been a year or 2 later, the anniversary is coming up, and there's some people who feel like it was like God's will. And it was like, all the people that left were the good people, and it was a religious experience. And then there's people who are like falling apart because their children and their wife are now gone, and it's just
sounds like The Walking Dead.
It's amazing. And then, but each season is different. The second season is about a small town where nobody vanished. None of the people in that town vanished, and people think that place is like special. And so some of our characters from season 1 moved there because they're like, I need to get away and I need to go somewhere that feels safe again. And it's about weird things that are happening in that town. And then the third season is about Australia, where in Australia, there's these scientists trying to do an experiment to recreate what happened the first time. It's just a wacky, crazy show and it's by the same guy that did Lost and The Watchmen. It's the same guy.
Okay. Really?
So fucking good. It's
once
so
I
good.
catch up this weekend with Westworld, I'll be watching The Leftovers.
Honestly, you could watch it in a single weekend. You could blast through The Watchmen in a weekend. And the finale, and let me just tell you, the finale for The Watchmen is about as perfect a finale for a show as you're ever going to watch. They nailed that finale. So good.
I have Umbrella Academy. I have Westworld. And now I have The Leftovers, right?
Yep. Yeah. I would say Leftovers is my favorite of all of those, but that's just me.
Okay.
It's that good.
All right. All right.
Damn. All right.
Shout out to Dave Enrique says Leftovers came out a number of years ago. Very good.
Yeah, man. Alan Moore was a great read. Let me get through this real quick. Told you TK John's right. Need to put it down 2 episodes. Yeah, I think he was talking about Umbrella Academy. So
yeah,
when you watch it, you'll see.
Okay. Is that one right away I'll get into, or I gotta push?
You'll see.
Okay. What do you think about the comic book characters? Are you doing in the pandemic, or would they have come up with a cure?
Reed Richards would have come up with a cure.
That's exactly what I told somebody. Just asked me this.
At the tip of my tongue, I was gonna say Reed Richards would have found.
Somebody just asked me this. Oh, my girl asked me. She was like, you know what? You guys should, as a topic, you guys should see what if the pandemic happened in the comics, what character or what would happen or who would come up? And I was like, Reed Richards, smartest man in Marvel, would
have to be Reed. Nobody else.
And it could possibly be Reed Richards and Tony Stark together.
Or maybe Beast. Isn't Beast like a biologist?
He is. Yep.
Beast
too. A geneticist. Yeah.
And once again, another anti-hero villain who would be like, half of my Latveria is gone. I need to find a cure. But then he'll use the cure to his advantage too. Right?
Doom. Yeah, Doom.
That was one of the topics Jonas tried to bring up. He was like, what super villains have like a right? Let me see. Like, are they truly bad? Do you guys
which villain has the right to be a villain? Pretty much like they have the right to be bad.
Yeah, there you go. Villains who actually have the right to be angry or evil.
It's got to be Magneto, right? Magneto is the winner for that one, right? Yeah. Magneto is right. Magneto is proven right over and over and over. I know he's a horrible guy. I know he's a bad guy, but he's always proven right. Humans blow it every freaking time, and Magneto's right.
Magneto was right, and then later on, Cyclops was right. Cyclops ends up becoming Magneto in a way.
Yeah.
One of my favorite.
Carnage.
One of my favorite X-Men runs is the storyline at issue 200 when Magneto goes to trial for his war crimes. He is acquitted. He's gotten freedom, and he becomes the leader of the X-Men for 20, 30 issues. And I was like, what a great storyline and idea. Xavier is dead or he's gone somewhere. And Magneto is committed. He's committed so many crimes, but he is acquitted of all of it. And then he takes over the X-Men. It's great reading.
And the thing is that Magneto tries. He tries. He's always like, all right, okay, I'll join you. I'll do this. I'll do that. It was just like A versus X, the extermination team or whatever they call themselves. It was like, yeah, all right, let's form this. All right, we're good. Utopia, we got Utopia. We're good. And then shit just happens, and then he's just forced to be evil.
Right.
In the Messiah complex, remember the mutants are wiped out?
Yeah.
And Professor X, I don't remember where he was around there, and he was like, oh, we could still make peace. And Magneto was like, yo, there's gonna come a group that's gonna wipe the rest out. Perfect. No. Magneto's like, yo, you're not listening. And then something happened that then Cyclops was to Wolverine. He's like, yo, I need you to make a team of your most ferocious people. And that's when the first
X-Force came out. Yeah.
And he's like, yo, but keep it on the low because I don't want no one knowing that I'm gonna send a group of mutants to kill these people. And I think it was the Purifiers or something like that.
Yeah. It's crazy how it came about like that. There's a lot of X-Men lines that they just always branch off into that scene of like, all right, now we just got to be evil again, because that's how humanity leads them to.
Well, and I think the best storylines are the ones where those twists happen, but there's still that glimmer of hope. I think what I loved about
that's where you get hope from. Hope Summers.
Yeah, there you go. Well, is it in X-Men First Class, the movie, when they've got the scene on the beach where Magneto's pulled the submarine out of the water and he's dropped it on the beach and they're all fighting and stuff, and the missiles are all flying at them, and Magneto's like, see, you can't trust these humans. And he turns all the missiles around and starts sending them all back, and you're just like, damn. And he was ready for it. He was ready. He's like, no, I did all of this just to get my helmet back. And he takes the guy's helmet and he puts it on, and he's like, now you can't stop me. Here I go. I'm going to fix this problem. We're going to wipe out all the armies for the Russians, all the armies for the Americans, and it'll be just us, the mutants, and we'll own everything.
It's crazy how all the X-Men books I always read, the humans are horrible. We really get a mutant side.
We're bad.
And the humans are just horrible beings.
Yeah. Speaking of humans, that's going to be a big subject in Westworld. Humans and robots. There's going to be a big theme in each season of how horrible humans can be, or how feared they are of any type of evolution.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, and Magneto's powerful as hell, and when they killed Scarlet Witch, as we was talking about before in the Ultimate Universe, and then he moved the poles, the North Pole or whatever, and he just and
it created all these disasters,
natural disasters. It's crazy.
Was underwater.
The Killing Joke was a standalone issue. It wasn't intended to be a continuity when it was published. All of us thought Batman killed the Joker at the end, but it didn't go beyond that.
Yeah, it was its own storyline. It was in canon. So but I like how the ending is. You decide what happened.
Yeah,
you decide. And it was open ended. That's what was so fun about it.
Yo, John, you have to get on Ozark, man. I know.
I do.
I've seen a lot of TV shows, but I think this one, if you haven't seen it, this is crazy.
Carolina Chris was selling me on it too, because I know he's a huge fan of it as well. So I've been trying to get around to it, but we're catching up on a ton of stuff.
I can imagine. Yeah, there's a lot of TV shows I have to catch up on.
Yeah, I mean Doom Patrol, we're still not caught up on, and I'm enjoying Doom Patrol. That's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've been enjoying it.
I got to get going, guys. I don't know if you're winding down here.
Yeah. We'll wind it down. Yeah. We got 3:47, so we're bounced. Let me just hit the chat real quick. The Leftovers came out. Yeah, so I gotta watch The Leftovers. I've been enjoying. What is this? Faudo on Netflix?
Maybe Fardo or Fargo. Maybe Fardo. It reminds me of the
best in the Americans. I hear about the Americans from FX. I don't know what it is. Kingdom again. Kingdom's another one I hear about that we've been hearing about. I think that's the zombie one, right?
Yeah.
Now you told me, look, you're selling people on Leftovers.
Yeah,
you got a lot of heat on you, John. Don't fail them now. Watch it be the worst TV show they've ever seen.
It's real good. It's a trippy, wild ride. It's really good.
Gore, Reed Richards would find a cure. Tony Stark would want to weaponize it. Yeah, that's exactly how it usually is. Whenever Scott Summers becomes a villain, I feel it was caused by the oppression from Xavier. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that sad moment in A versus X when Xavier comes back and he's like, it's just him in Cyclops, the Phoenix Cyclops, and then he goes,
"You've been holding me back," and he just bang. We're like,
oh god, I've been working at the yard. All right, good night, y'all. Stay safe and healthy. Magneto is a good choice. Yeah, Magneto, definitely. You hit it right on the nail, John.
Well, I'm an X-Men fan, so I'm gonna go there every time.
John, thank you for stopping by out of your busy time. When was your reading? I feel like there's been a while though.
It's been a while, yeah.
Right?
Charlie's been busy with her schoolwork, so we haven't had as much time, and I'm not going to read without her. So
of course not. You can't do a reading without her.
Right.
It wouldn't be the same. Nobody wants to hear you, John.
Honestly, I would say what's made this book more interesting than the third Harry Potter is that like she hasn't known what's coming. So every time there's a shocking moment, like she laughs at stuff. She's like, "What?" Like you can hear her reacting to stuff, which I think the third book she was like, "Oh yeah, that was a good part. Yeah, that was a good part." But like this fourth one, she's just, the shock is there. The genuine like first reaction.
In the movie, it starts picking up and a lot of things happen as well. You can see if you haven't read the book. I read up to Only Prisoner of Azkaban actually.
Okay.
And but in the movie, that's when things start picking up, and so many scenes were happening back and forth, and a lot of crazy things.
And all the
don't mention his name.
Books 4, 5, 6, and 7 all have huge deaths in them. Versus 1, 2, and 3, which have like none.
Yeah. Bruce, thank you for stopping by, saying what's up. We're just ending the show. We've been going for like 3 minutes, 3 minutes, you hear me? 4 hours, almost 4 hours. So
that was the goal, right?
John, thank you again. I got the Leftovers to watch. I got a lot of TV shows. I got the Umbrella with the monkey. I don't know what it and some other things that I gotta get on. So my girl, I'm gonna see her, and I'm gonna have to break it down. So she put me on Ozark, which was great. So I'm like, all right, Ozark, you did a great choice.
She'll like the
because I'm usually the superhero one. I'd be like, oh, babe, come on, let's watch Swamp Thing.
Well, the Leftovers is more of a drama. She'll be like, okay, it's not a comic book. It's not a comic book. It's no comic books.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't mind it, but the story has to be good. Like she doesn't mind superhero shows, but it just has to be really good. And I understand that, obviously.
Totally.
But, John, thank you again for coming through.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad that interview went great for you and stuff like that. And you got that opportunity.
I was so nervous, but yeah, it went really well.
Yeah, I could imagine. I would have been shaking. You got that insight though. You had an awesome insight that only you would know, and you told us, and that was great about staying in the middle of in front of all these artists or all these writers and publishers, and that's mind blowing. That's crazy. But yeah, John, thank you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
You want to pitch anything? You got anything to pitch? Anything you got?
Actually, I'm going to say The Boy Who Had 7 is doing an auction tomorrow at noon Eastern on his channel. And it's all to support a YouTuber who we lost this last few months. His name was Old Man Gamer Chris. He had about 700 subs. And he passed away, and he left only his brother behind.
I saw that video. It randomly, I didn't follow them, but I saw it, and it came out.
There were a lot of funeral expenses and a lot of money that is obviously very tight right now, and having to do everything remotely is really difficult. So they're holding an auction tomorrow where everything you buy, all the money, all the shipping costs, everything is getting funded and going straight to the brother of Old Man Gamer Chris. And so it's not for me. So just subscribe to The Boy Who Had 7. If you just search The Boy Who Had 7, you'll find his channel. Or just if you watch my morning show tomorrow at 8, if you're in that chat, I'm sure he'll pop in and say hi, and you can see his name and see his icon and go over to his channel. But he's doing an auction. It'll probably be several hours. Huge books at great prices, and you can feel good that all the money goes to a good cause.
Good cause. That's great. That's great to hear. But thank you, John. Thank you for that. Thank you for letting us know about that. So you guys heard him. Go to that auction. I'll definitely try to even post it on my Instagram if once I find the name and stuff like that, and put the word out there.
No doubt, man. Thank you, John.
Mo, you got anything?
No. That'd be all. Once again, episode 6 was a lot of fun. John, thank you for coming through and participating. Perry and Flashpoint Comics? We know he's a big Flash fan.
Oh man, John, you missed it. Perry and Flashpoint were going.
Oh man, I saw a little bit of it. I was on the hunt with Tony Sanders at the same time, so I was kind of watching, but I was playing the hunt at the same time.
It was hilarious,
dude. My girls are unboxing an AOK tomorrow that I had to like cut open today and wipe. I had to wipe everything down with disinfectant and all that kind of stuff. But it's a shit ton of Flash books. So it's funny because I was going through I spent all day rebagging and boarding Flash books, and I was like, oh damn.
It got interesting.
Yes, it did.
That was cool though. That was cool because hey, me and TK are on this streaming on live on YouTube, but when people come through, hey, everybody's open to their opinion. So I was like, all right, everybody say what they guys say. Let's be open to everybody's opinion. So I found it entertaining. It was fun. It was cool.
No, I think that's the whole point. Is everybody likes different stuff, and I don't like Lobo, and Perry does, and who cares, right?
Yeah. You got a good reading voice. Yeah, thank you everyone for stopping by, listening. We went 4 hours. That's crazy. Just putting in that work, but a lot of great topics came from the chat. A lot of great people in the chat giving us ideas, giving us TV shows, giving us every information, just chilling with us, letting us know what's going on in the comic book community. John, again, thank you. It was great having you again, and hope to see you in the future episodes because that's cool. It's always a great conversation we have, and you always have some knowledge, and Daredevil knowledge came out today, so it was great. But yeah, all right. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night, good day, wherever you guys are at, and we'll see you next time.
Later, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy.